The Yes Network, the home of champions.
Well, the Yankees begin their longest homestand of the year, and it starts with a 4-game set against the Oakland Athletics. And on a gorgeous Monday evening, there's a big crowd expected here at the ballpark, as tonight, the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the defending world champion New York Yankees against the Oakland Athletics in the first of 4 from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball, along with Tino Martinez and John Flaherty. I'm Michael Kay. Yankees were 3-3 on the road trip. They just completed yesterday a 2-1 victory over the White Sox. Playoff implications, good ball game. And the Yankees didn't score often, Tino, but they scored just enough.
Yeah, very well pitched game by both Ivan Nova and Gavin Floyd. Marcus Timms continuing to swing a hot bat, gets a hanging curveball from Floyd, deposits it deep into the left field seats, giving them a much-needed run and supplying some power, while Alex Rodriguez is out on the disabled list. And also, Brett Gardner, RBI single late in the game, staying up the middle, hitting the ball hard, giving them the much-needed 2 runs they need just to squeak by the Chicago White Sox and get back home to start the homestand.
So they got to win, and the Red Sox lost to the Rays at night. So the Yankees and the Rays for the 7th straight day are tied atop the American League East. Well, the Yankees are trying to break that tie, and let's see how with the New York Lottery pitching matchup. Trevor Cahill, very good, 14-5, 2.43. Dustin Mosley's done a nice job for the Yankees, 4-2, John, with a 4.53 ERA.
Well, he's going to have to do a nice job tonight against Cahill. He's in line for a possible Cy Young Award, but Mosley was good his last outing against the Toronto Blue Jays. A dangerous lineup with a lot of power, good off-speed pitches, a quality slider down and away. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. He did walk 4 in that ball game, so he'll improve on that tonight.
Well, he's not a long guy, so to speak. He's not going to give you 8-9 innings. So the Yankee bullpen will be involved yesterday. Lights out all month, in fact. We'll talk about it next with John Flaherty on segment 2 on.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the Accu-Check Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free Accu-Check Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Dish Network claims to have the latest technology. Seriously? Did you know that many Dish customers actually need 2 dishes? That's right, 2 dishes to get all their HD channels. What's up with that? With DirecTV, you get all our HD channels and our Emmy Award-winning technology without ever needing a second dish on your roof. So don't be fooled by Dish Network. When you compare, DirecTV wins every time.
Welcome to segment 2, everybody. A couple of moments away from the first game of this 4-game set between the Yankees and the A's. That's John Flaherty. I'm Michael Kay, and we will be rejoined by Tino Martinez in just a moment. Yankees won yesterday 2-1, and a big reason was because their bullpen did so well. 2 guys stand out, Kerry Wood and Jabba Chamberlain.
Well, Kerry Wood, since coming over from Cleveland, has been a revelation for the New York Yankees in the bullpen. Dave Island raising his arm angle, and the results have been better. Got in a little bit of trouble yesterday, made a big pitch at Teen to get out of it. And Jabba Chamberlain, since losing that 8th inning role, his fastball is better, hit him 100 miles an hour yesterday, picks up a strikeout on the slider. All of a sudden, that bridge to Mariano Rivera looks like it's not a problem.
Check it out what they've done in August. This is the entire bullpen. They pitched 80 1/3 innings, a sparkling ERA of 2.13. They've held opponents to a 203 batting average and just 7 home runs allowed, 31 walks, and 61 strikeouts. That's been the savior for the Yankees in August while their starters have struggled. Well, they like some runs, so they don't really put the bullpen in a bad situation. Tight game. So they'll have the bats ready. Lineups, first pitch, baseball next, coming up on Yes.
Wow, that guy's really staring over here. Must have sold him some carpeting or something.
Mike, check out his bacon neck.
Bacon. Sir, lean forward and show Michael Jordan your collar.
Oh, see how it's all curled up like bacon in a pan? See how bad this dude looks?
What's that? Thank you.
Okay.
Not us though, buddy. Our lay flats. We're like twins.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
The lay flat collar. Lays flat, won't bacon. Only from Hanes.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Come out to Yankee Stadium in 2010 to see the 27-time world champion New York Yankees in action. Don't miss Beanie Buddy Night on Tuesday, August 31st, when the Yankees play the Athletics. The first 10,000 fans, 14 and younger, will receive a limited edition Yankees tie Beanie Buddy. In 2010, come home to Yankee Stadium, the home of champions.
He is the life of parties he has never attended. If he were to punch you in the face, you would have to fight off the strong urge to thank him. Sharks have a week dedicated to him. He is the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer those Yankees. Stay thirsty, my friends.
We asked and you answered. The My Yes Online fan community is blowing up, and you've been posting your photos and videos in record numbers. Now you can see them in upcoming Yes commercials and shows. And remember to keep them coming at MyYesNetwork.com.
I'm Michael Kay, the host of Center Stage. Center Stage is a journey through people's lives trying to find out how they got to the point of their success. You're going to really get to see the person who's interviewed the real story. Watch Center Stage only on Yes.
Get all the Yankees' top stories, highlights, and exclusives.
I wanted to win.
You have to feel good in your ready position.
Yeah, baby! Woo! As Nancy Newman hosts Yankees Magazine presented by GE Capital. New episodes every week, only on Yes.
There's also an extended warranty option. There's just no need for you to get that. You failed to get the test that you needed at the doctor, so you won't be around in 2 years. Okay, sign here, please.
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
We'll get you moving.
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
you'll have more energy to do the things you like to do.
So be a player.
Get up, play, and move it your way.
Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov. That's www.letsmove.gov.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Raymore and Flanagan, furnishing your style with a guaranteed delivery of 3 days or less. By Blimpie, America's Sub Shop. By Amway Global, where positivity powers our people, products, and businesses. And by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey. Please drink responsibly. That's a fair foul right there. Good seat for this game. You've got one as well. That baseball's ready to be picked up by Dustin Mosley as he makes his way out to the mound. Crowd filing into Yankee Stadium. And let's check out the A's starting lineup, which is presented as always by our good friends at Lexus. There's the pickup by Mosley, and this is the lineup that he's going to face. Coco Crisp in center field will lead off. Batting second and playing first, Derek Barton. Kurt Suzuki will catch, he'll hit third. Cleaning up and DHing Jack Cust. Kevin Kuzmanoff, the third baseman, bats fifth. Batting sixth and playing second base, Mark Ellis. Jeff Larris, the left fielder, will bat seventh. Rajay Davis in right field hits eighth. Batting ninth and playing shortstop, Cliff Pennington.
Well, that Oakland A's lineup going to go to work against Dustin Mosley. Taking his warm-up pitches, we'll take a look at his numbers, and they're pretty good. 4-2, 4.5 ERA, only 44 hits and 45 2/3 innings. We'll take a look at our scouting report for Dustin Mosley. His last time out was good and a little bit of bad. 6 innings, only 2 earned runs. He did walk 4 in that ball game. That's unlike him, although the strike zone was a little tight up in Toronto. And he's pretty much start to start now, with Andy Pettitte getting some good news that he's going to be working his way back to the rotation. Ivan Nova's had 2 impressive starts. Every start for Dustin Mosley important. Might be a good matchup for him tonight, too. The A's have only hit 81 home runs, and that is the lowest total in the American League.
Let's take a look at the defense behind Dustin Mosley for the Yankees. You've got Gardner at left, Granderson in center, and Swisher over right. In the infield, it's Pena, Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira. That's third to first. The veteran Posada behind the plate. And Dustin Mosley is on the mound. And that is brought to you by Mercedes. Well, the Yankees lost 2 out of 3 in Toronto, and then they took 2 out of 3 from the White Sox, including the last 2. They lost on Friday. They won 12-9 in a slugfest on Saturday. Then a pitcher's duel yesterday as Ivan Nova picked up his first big league victory with a lot of bullpen help. The Yankees won that game 2-1. Here's Coco Crisp. A's coming at 65-64, 7.5 games behind the first place Texas Rangers in the American League West. You want to keep Crisp off the bases, he can run. Crisp is ready, Mosley's ready, and let's do it here in the Bronx. And the first pitch is outside, and we are underway. Yankees in at the corners, and Crisp will loft one into shallow left center for a base hit. And now he might start to run. Let's look at the game time weather conditions presented by Bigelow Tea. It's going to be a hot week here in New York, and started out with a hot day, but not that much humidity. 87%, humidity 38%. The wind's out of the northwest at 7 miles per hour, and it's a clear forecast.
Michael, you mentioned the A's 1 game over 500 and still talking about a possible playoff berth, but they do not hit a lot of home runs, only 81. They steal a lot of bases this year, 117. That's third in the league. Very unlike the Oakland A's organization to be running like they are this year.
52 stolen bases since the All-Star break. And as John said, 117 overall. And Crisp is 14 for his last 14. And 22 of 24 for the season. Quick throw by Mosley, and Crisp got back.
And that's one of the things Oakland A's manager Bob Garrett said before the game, that they have an exciting young team. They hustle, they steal bases, and they'll do whatever it takes to score runs because they can't hit a lot of home runs. But you will see a lot of hustle and fire out of them as the game goes on.
Here's there you see Coco, Derek Barton at the plate. Ricky Henderson had 15 straight in 1998. And the pitch to Barton is inside 1-0.
Well, the one thing you will see from the Oakland A's these 4 games, they have tremendous pitching. ERA 3.49, that's best in the league. That's how they win ball games. A little pitching, defense, some speed, and I guess an occasional home run.
Crisp was going, then stopped, and there's a strike. The A's just took 2 out of 3 from the first place Rangers. And they have 4 games left with Texas, so they still believe that they have a shot. Now, if you look at it, while they have 4 games left toward the end of September, that means they only have to gain 3.5 games before they have those 4 games, or at least have it in their hands, as Derek Barton fouls one off and scatters some Yankees. Barton is your typical Oakland A's player, 84 walks. And that leads the American League.
Also has a .392 on base percentage. And talking about Billy Beane's money ball, he's the type of player he likes. Guys that can walk, take pitches, go deep into the count.
Fouled away.
You're watching, excuse me, Coco Crisp over there taking his lead. It looks like Dustin Mosley has done a nice job of changing his rhythm, and now Coco Crisp kind of been flat-footed his last couple of times taking his lead. Mosley doing a nice job changing up the rhythm, negating the running game.
Long set by Mosley and a quick throw. Well, he gets on base, he disrupts things. Right away, the pitcher has his attention diverted, or at least split. 1-2. 2-2.
Scouting report on Derek Barton is he likes to go the other way. He stays back very well, lets the ball get deep, and loves going the other way of the ball. Not a very good pull hitter. So I'm sure you see the Yankees try to pound him in and tie him up a little bit if they can.
Long set and the 2-2. Missed outside. It's funny, you guys mentioned Moneyball, and Moneyball has changed that of necessity. They never used to bunt, they bunt. They never used to steal bases because that runs completely contrary to giving up outs. Those 27 outs are supposed to be golden. They don't want to lose those outs on the bases, but they don't have a team that hits home runs, and they've got to create some runs. So Bob Guerin being creative and having them try to set up runs with stolen bases. There goes Crisp, and that ball is served into left field for a base hit. So 2 straight singles for the A's, and runners on first and second, nobody out.
Well, 2 hits for the A's. Neither of them have been hit hard. Barton does just a nice job staying on a little two-seamer. Right off the end of the bat, slapping it the other way. Dustin Mosley now in a little bit of trouble. Got to be thinking about a double play ground ball to Suzuki, a catcher who runs well.
So here is Suzuki. Has not had a good August. 15 for 87. He catches a lot. Maybe he's wearing down just a little bit. His average at 245. Pitch outside. Catchers start to wear down in August, John. Not that you are. I know that you're top shape right now.
Hitting my stride right now. I mean, a guy like Suzuki plays every day, but he's a young guy back there, strong, physically fit. It should be not a problem for him.
The 1-0. 1-1.
Main power source for the Oakland A's has 12 home runs. That leads the club. Hard to win baseball games that way, Tino.
When your leader has 12 home runs, that is a tough way, but these guys try to put the ball in play and just make contact and score runs any way they can.
And the pitch. He missed the location, but he threw a strike. Count 1-2. Now the A's really believe that they have a chance. They're 7.5 games behind the Rangers, and the Angels 3 behind them. Now, if Texas finishes 16-16 in their final 32 games and the A's go 24-9, they would tie. Now, the likelihood of that, well, it's not impossible to see it happen. The 1-2. 2-2.
The interesting thing about the American League West is before the season started, everybody would have picked the Seattle Mariners and Anaheim Angels to probably finish 1-2, and it's been just the opposite.
Big disappointment for the Angels, and the Mariners never really did anything right. And they got their manager fired. Here's the 2-2. Count 3-2. So Mosley's getting himself into quite a jam here. 2 little bloopers into the outfield, and first and second, nobody out, and now a full count on Suzuki.
Big Jack Cust on deck, 10 home runs, so he's got some power, left-handed power.
And Dave Island's starting to pace. Go to that book. And he walks Suzuki, and now the bases are loaded and there's nobody out. I don't know what Dave's going to find in that book.
That book is going to tell him Jack Cust will be patient. He'll take a strike. You can get him to ground into a double play. You have to make your pitches down and away off the plate and try to get him to chase. Like I said, if you make a mistake, he has power. 10 home runs, especially here at the new Yankee Stadium. Nice place for a lefty to hit.
He's from Flemington, New Jersey. Coco Crisp on third. Derek Barton at second. Suzuki is at first. Pitch outside. Mosley walked 4 in his last start against the Blue Jays, and that was a season high.
I know you guys weren't up there in Toronto. He wasn't wild in that game, kind of just missing out of the strike zone, and kind of looks familiar tonight. Pitches just off the plate for that walk to Suzuki. He's got to come in there now.
High fly ball, deep left. Backing up is Gardner, and he'll make the play. Tagging is Crisp. Runner goes to third. The throw gets past Pena. Backing up is Mosley, so Barton will go to third, and that allows Suzuki to go to second. A sac fly for Cust. It's 1-0 A's.
Nice job of hitting here by Jack Cust, staying on the ball, getting the deep fly ball upfield. Great throw by Brett Gardner. Ramiro Pena picks this ball out of the dirt. They got him easily at third base.
I'm trying to figure out what Barton was thinking there, tagging from second base. Brett Gardner, good strong throw. Barton gets away with one there.
Well, the Yankees will play 3 infielders back and Teixeira in at first base for Kevin Kuzminoff. Swing and a miss. Kuzminoff carries a 5-game hitting streak into this game, 9 for 20. 262. Former #1 draft pick of the San Diego Padres. Never really worked there for him. But starting to find it a bit with the A's, but a very low on-base percentage. Un-A's like 292. The 0-1. 0-2. IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV, the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes.
Well, I know you guys weren't in Oakland either, but when we saw Kuzminoff out in Oakland, he was pulling off everything, and they made a little adjustment, closing him up a little more right center now, and that swing right there was probably the best I've seen from him all year. And you mentioned Michael swinging a hot bat lately.
The 0-2. Strike 3. Kuzminoff down looking. Big strikeout for Mosley, but the thing that might alarm you is, again, he missed the location by Posada, but still got the out.
This fastball is running back out over the plate. Belt high, though, Mike. You said that ball's a little bit up in the zone, right down the middle, and he just fooled Kuzminoff, who must have been looking for some off-speed pitch.
Now there's a big batter for Mosley. Mark Ellis, pesky hitter. 252 average. In a little bit of a slump, 3 for 25. Time is called. Now Posada will go out and talk with Mosley. First of 4 between the Yankees and the A's. Very strange homestand for the Yankees. Starting on Thursday, they actually play 5 straight day games, and they play 6 out of 7 day games. We see what Ellis has done against Mosley. There's a strike.
That is pretty rare, playing so many day games here. You're used to the Saturday and Sundays, but very rarely a Friday. Friday and obviously Labor Day Monday, but you know, in this hot weather, I wonder how the Yankees will hold up through 5 straight games.
The 0-1. Missed.
Be a huge lift for Mosley here. Bases loaded, nobody out. If he can get out of this with just the 1 run. You saw the numbers for Ellis have been good against Mosley. A tough hitter, especially with runners in scoring position. Doesn't overswing, puts the ball in play.
That one is driven deep to left field. Fair ball, it's gone. It is a foul ball. Right down the line. Flirting with that pole, and it just hooked foul. Mosley with a little body English. The reverse Carlton Fisk. This will be his 24th pitch. 1 run in. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. The 1-2. Fouled away.
I think this is where he gets tougher too. You know, 2 strikes on him. He's trying to put the ball in play. It's going to be tough for Mosley to get a strikeout here. Just concentrate down, take your chances with a ground ball.
Down being the key. Both those last two pitches, one was belt high, middle in. He just missed a homer to left field there, and that was a hanging slider. He fouled it back. He's got to get the ball down the zone to have any success.
One, two. Just got a piece to stay alive. Well, we talked in the open about how Mosley is not a guy who's going to give you a lot of length. Well, he's costing himself length right now with 25 pitches in the first inning. 15 strikes. And the 1-2 missed inside.
He said he's costing himself some length there. You just see the fastball down in. You also have the defenders out there start getting a little lackadaisical. You see them out there stretching after a long first inning, just trying to stay inside the game and make the play and try to get Mosley out of the jam here.
The 2-2. Count is full at 3-2. And Jeff Larish, who's had good numbers in the minor leagues this year, he's on deck. A lot of reading. 3-2. And he walked him. Second walk of the inning for Mosley. He has reloaded the bases, and that'll bring up Larish. And Island wants to go out and talk with him and walk him through the Larish at bat.
Well, I'm sure this is a combination. Give him a little rest, you know, after a tough first inning. Let him regroup. And you're right, Michael, probably talking about a scouting report. Will he be aggressive early in the count? Will he give you strike one?
I think he really wanted to make sure he got that ball down. He's been up in the zone the whole time, and he really buried that one in the dirt and didn't give himself much of a chance.
So Kerwin Danley was going out to break up the conference, but before he got there, Island turned and headed back to the dugout. So another big spot early in this game. 1 run in, 2 runners out. Tampa's up 2-0 over Toronto in the bottom of the first inning. We'll watch that game all night. Yankees and the Rays are tied atop the AL East. There's a big base hit for Larish. 1 run will score. Rounding second and heading home is Suzuki. He scores. And that's a 2-run single for Jeff Larish, and the A's lead 3-0.
Well, after the walk to Ellis, Larish goes up there and is going to be aggressive early. And like Tino was talking about, Mosley's got to get the ball down. He does not. Runs up, out over the plate. A nice swing by the left-hander, just slapping it into center field. Couple RBIs. And check out the swing on Yesmo. Hands inside. Pitch elevated a little bit off the end of the bat. It's going to be a 2-out, 2 RBI base hit.
Here's Rajay Davis now.
Ace hitter has done a great job so far staying on the ball. All the base hits have been to the opposite field.
There's a strike. Now Larish's numbers this year between the PCL and the International League, 284, 20 homers and 74 ribbies, and those 2 RBIs is 4th and 5th with the A's. Fouled away, and the count 0-2. Now 3 runs certainly not insurmountable, but remember his opposite number is Trevor Cahill, who has an ERA under 3 and is a Cy Young contender this year. So you don't want it to get much more than 3. In all of his previous starts combined, Mosley had allowed just 1 run in the first inning all year. That one's fouled back.
Well, frustrating for a catcher behind the plate when you have a pitcher who's a finesse type guy and he's up in the count. You got to find that one pitch in one spot to get him out of the inning, and hopefully you have a conversation in between innings, get him back on track. We've seen it before from Mosley. You know, there have been, I guess, first or second start. His first inning was his roughest and then was better after that.
The 0-2. 1-2. 33 pitches here in the first inning. 19 strikes, 14 balls. Crisp and Barton single, a walk to Suzuki, sac fly by Cuss, another walk to Ellis, and a 2-run single by Larish. That's where we stand. 3 runs on the board for the A's. And this should do it. Ground ball, and Teixeira beats Davis to the bag, and that'll do it. 3 runs on 3 hits. 2 men left. A's 3, and the Yankees coming back.
If you were Attorney General, or you, the only special interests you'd fight for would be ours. You'd let every Albany backroom and corporate boardroom know that the new seat of power is this living room, and this one too, because that's who you'd be looking out for, protecting working families, kids, and everyone who deserves a fair shake. Sean Coffey spent years fighting crime as a federal prosecutor and fought for thousands of investors devastated by Wall Street greed. So, vote for them, or vote for you.
Easy is a key that you don't have to turn. Easy is a liftgate that doesn't require lifting. Easy is turning room for 4 into room for 7. Easy is a rear view in front of you. The engineers at GMC designed the 2010 Acadia to make it easy. Good news, it worked.
It's the GMC Summer Event. Get the best of the remaining 2010s and get an Acadia with 0% APR for 60 months or $2,000 cash back at your Tri-State Buick GMC dealer.
Well, the Yankees in a 3-run hole as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup, which is presented by Lexus, and this is the lineup that Trevor Cahill is going to face. Brett Gardner in left field leads off. The captain, the shortstop, Derek Jeter, bat second. Mark Teixeira at first base will hit third. Cleaning up and playing second base, Robinson Cano. Nick Swisher in right field, bats fifth. Batting sixth and catching, Jorge Posada. Marcus Timms had a very good road trip. He's a DH, he'll bat seventh. Batting eighth and playing center field, Curtis Granderson, and Ramiro Pena will bat ninth and play third base.
The Yankee lineup going to have their hands full tonight against the right-hander Trevor Cahill. Take a look at his numbers, and they are impressive. 14-5, a 2.43 ERA, only 110 hits, and a batting average for the opponents of 201. We'll look at our scouting report. He's had a red-hot summer. 0.77 ERA his last 6 starts, and a little revenge for him. The Yankees beat him up for 6 earned runs in 6 innings on July 6th. And he could challenge CC Sabathia for that Cy Young Award. Everybody has CC as the front runner, and this guy's having very quietly out in Oakland a very strong year.
Yankees come into the game 80-50. High water mark, 30 games over 500. They've reached that a couple of times. And the first pitch to Gardner is low. Gardner had a good road trip, 6 hits in 18 at bats. Count 2-0. And there's a strike. The A's starters in August, 2.13 ERA. Since the All-Star break, their starters 2.64. That's best in the major leagues. That one is slapped the other way. Long run by Larish, and that'll make the seats out of play. All year 3.36, and that's the best in the majors. St. Louis Cardinals are next at 3.40, and opponent's batting average against 239. If they can hit a little, they'd be a dangerous team.
When Cahill's right, he's going to get a lot of ground balls, can go deep into the game, 7 or 8 innings. Good changeup, good sinking fastball.
And the count now full at 3-2. Last 6 starts, John told you about the ERA, 5-1. And Gardner walks. That's not what Cahill wanted to do.
We wonder if that long inning, you know, got a little tight, probably lost his, as loose as he was, getting ready to go in the game, and about 20-30 minute first inning right there, top half. Maybe a little tight, trying to have a little trouble getting loose here.
There's Derek Jeter, his average at 270. He had statistically the worst road trip of his career. He was 2 for 23. That's 087 It's the first road trip of more than 3 games in Jeter's career in which he hit under 100. And he tries to bunt and bunts it foul.
It's funny you bring up those numbers, Michael. I always felt like Derek, if he was going good, would swing the bat in a situation like this. Maybe if he's not feeling on top of his offensive games and you see the numbers from the road trip, not great, you take a shot, a little bunt down the line, maybe a base hit. If not, a sacrifice bunt. Brett Gardner's in scoring position. It didn't work out.
That's a good point, John. He's not afraid to do that. Not afraid to drop a bunt down if he has to. He'll do anything to get out of a slump. And we both know as hitters, you get a cheap hit, a bunt hit, anything to get you going, to get your confidence leveled up.
Now, Derek has hit over 300 here at the stadium, but he has really struggled on the road, and that's brought his average down. So maybe this 10-game homestand gets his average up to where he wants it to be. He's not used to being at 270. Came into the season as a 315 lifetime hitter. That's 45 points below what he's used to hitting. The 0-2. He hits 314 here at the stadium, 230 on the road. One-two.
A good take right there for Derek Jeter. You know, everybody said, what's wrong with Derek? You know, his batting average is down. He's a hard guy to break down mechanically with his swing, Tino, you know, because he doesn't have a lot of, I guess you could see he's out on his front foot or he's early. He's always been an aggressive hitter. Always gets jammed. He's just not picking up any hits lately.
Here's the 2-2. Grounded toward third. They get the force one. That's all they'll get.
Yeah, I talked to hitting coach Kevin Long before the game, and he talked about, you know, Derek's mechanics are fine. He's just having trouble, you know, finding that way to get a hit. For example, he's a good bunter. He didn't get that bunt down for a hit, which he usually does. He said he's not getting the cheap hits right now. He's just having trouble getting that 1 or 2 hits that really make him click in and get going again. Yeah.
There's Mark Teixeira out of the lineup yesterday with a sprained right thumb, but back in the lineup today. 5 for 17 on the road trip. His average not where he wants it to be, but he's certainly doing well with the power numbers. 28.91. A long climb from a slow start. Count 1-0. Line, base hit. Jeter stops at second. That's a single for Teixeira.
Nice job of hitting right here by Mark Teixeira. Cahill has an outstanding sinker, and the only way you're going to hit him is you get the ball up a little bit. There you see the ball up, elevated just a hair, enough for Teixeira to get the good barrel of the bat on the ball. Stays back, puts a great swing on it.
Yeah, I kind of smile, Tino. He drives that ball into right field. If you're going to hit a sinker, everybody, hit it the other way. And Mark doesn't do that. He kind of gets out and hooks the ball. Obviously, a lot of success doing it.
Cahill's sinker is so tough, though, when it's down away. It is hard for a lefty to go the other way with it. So your best chance is to try to elevate the ball and hit it back up the middle or try to pull it.
Here's Cano. Pitch outside.
If it's flat in the middle of the zone, just kind of floating out there, then it's easier to shoot the ball to left field or right field if you're a right-handed hitter.
Cano, a 3-game hitting streak, modest. He was 6 for 23 on the road trip, although he had 3 hits in 1 game against the White Sox, so it wasn't a great road trip for him. Now Robinson is one guy who's played a lot of games. He's only missed 1 game this year. And in the Yankees' last homestand, which spanned 7 games, Cano had 13 RBIs. The 1-0. 2-0. First and second, one out. A's lead 3-0. 2-1.
I'm watching the speed gun here at Yankee Stadium, and Cahill's kind of covering every speed between 80 and 90 miles an hour. It's tough to get that good quality swing. That was 86. We've seen 90. We've seen pitches down the low 80s. Tough as a hitter to get that fastball changeup velocity separation down.
The 2-1. 3-1. So they give him a 3-0 lead, and he's running into problems, and you wouldn't expect it when you see the rankings. Second in ERA, second in WHIP. That's walks and hits per innings pitched. Three and 2. And opponents hit 201 against him.
Robinson Cano just helped him out right there too. Looked like a sinker down out of the zone. He fouled off, and it's exactly what Cahill wants you to do. Swing at a ball down off the plate so you can hit into a double play.
That's what makes Cahill successful, is in these situations, 3-1, 3-2, he just won't float one right down the middle of the plate, belt high. He will still sink it, try to make his pitch, and hope you chase it and try to get a guy to get a ground ball.
Hot shot. Trickles off the glove of Ellis into right field. Jeter will score. And the Yankees are on the board. We'll see if they give Cano an RBI single. The A's lead at 3-1.
Robinson Cano, after swinging at a low 3-1 sinker, looked like he got one up a little bit more in the zone. He was able to drive it to right field. Check out the location, a little more elevation, able to get the bat head out. If Ellis makes this play, it would have been a spectacular play. Just a little quick reaction. The ball was hit so hard just underneath his glove. If he comes up with it, it's probably a double play.
That's going to bring up Swisher. Now first and second, one out. Pitch is high. If that scored a hit, and it certainly looks like it's going to be, that's the 88th run batted in for Cano. Now, in 2007, he had 97 ribbies. That's his career high. He didn't have his 88th ribby until September 21st. Swisher pops that up. And a long run for Pennington, but he can't make the play. Ball was up there, and Kuzminoff and Pennington were trying to get there. Pennington came closest, but couldn't put it away.
It's also kind of that tough time of night here where the lights really haven't taken over, kind of a high sky. Pennington covers a lot of ground, just not able to make the play. Battling the elements there.
Oh, he's right there. Lights are on, but not quite nightfall. And now Suzuki goes out and talks with Cahill. And Mark Ellis got himself a new glove. I don't know if Cano knocked the webbing off his glove. He might have. It was hit so hard. Looks like Swisher got something in his eye.
Something happened to his glove, but I don't believe it went through his webbing. I don't think it really, he would have caught it flush anyway.
You're not giving him a break?
No, I don't think he, because I've had that happen to me before where, ball's been hit or thrown to me in maybe a practice session, not in a game where it goes right through your webbing. So I made it a point every game to talk to, Stevie Donahue, the trainer, who always did my gloves, and he would double stitch them to make sure that that type of thing wouldn't happen, especially receiving a ball over at first base.
A little something extra in the Christmas stocking for Stevie because of that, or what?
He took care of my gloves. I'm telling you, I've had it happen maybe in batting practice where a ball's gotten through my glove, and I'm like, oh my goodness, can you imagine this happens in the game? So I always made it a point to check my glove. He always had it double stitched, and I never had a problem. And I always appreciated how he took care of my gloves for me.
You get the feeling the Yankees better take advantage here in the first inning with Cahill, who's really struggling with location. Once he gets in a rhythm, he's going to be tough to beat.
3-2. Driven deep to center field. Coco Chris back. Still back. Still back. He can't make the play. It's over his head and up against the wall. Teixeira scores. Cano scores. It's a game tying 2-run double for Nick Swisher. And the game is tied at 3.
Well, we talked about it earlier. Cahill's got a great sinker. The only way to get him is get a ball up in the zone. And Swisher elevates this ball, stays right on it, drives it to center field, and great job of hitting, laying off that low sinker. Nice effort by Coco Crisp there. Almost comes up with an amazing catch.
Kurt Young, the pitching coach, will come out and talk with Cahill.
Nice base running here by Robinson Cano, also getting right to around second base, kind of hanging out, waiting to see if the ball is over Crisp's head. Secondary lead, you get to second base, you pay attention, and then you kick it into another gear. You saw Mark Teixeira halfway. It'll be a double, a couple RBIs, and we have a tie ball game.
Swisher 7 ribbies over his last 4 games. He now has 77 on the year.
You're right, John. The Yankees fortunate to get back in this game here. Get that 3 runs they need here, hopefully more. Because if he settles down and gets that sinker down, gets ahead of the hitters, he could be tough later on.
Here's Posada, pitches high. Posada 7 for 21 on the road trip. Overall 257. Breaking ball. Does not hit the strike zone. Count 2-0. So Dustin Mosley feels like get a mulligan for that first inning. Count 3-0.
And he's getting a much needed rest. Nice long bottom half of the inning here for the Yankees.
Yankees did get to him in July. 6 hits. But check that, 4 hits and 6 runs in 6 innings. And there's a strike.
Comes right in there, 3-0. Jorge Posada taken all the way. Marcus Thames on deck, the red hot Marcus Thames. See what Cahill is thinking here. 3-1. Does he challenge Jorge Posada again or go with a changeup off the plate and take his chances with the righty?
That one is punched into left field. It is caught by the shortstop Pennington, and Swisher gambled that that ball was going to find grass, and he is doubled up, and you score that 6-4. But the Yankees tie the score. 3 runs on 3 hits. And nobody left on base. We played 1, a lot of 3s.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the AccuCheck Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm, No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free AccuCheck Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Oh no! The movers are here! And we're not ready! Where's the third mover?
Ben-Hur Movers give you free binding estimates for hassle-free moving on big and small jobs. Insured careful packing. Crating. Local and long distance. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Bye, Ben-Hur!
It is time for the Toyota text poll. Tonight's question is, did Ivan Nova show enough to stay in the rotation? You can text your vote to 58772. Standard text messaging rates apply. 1 yes, 2 no. And after the game yesterday, Joe Girardi essentially voted yes. Nova will get another turn in the rotation. So Joe's electing to keep Javi Vasquez in the bullpen, and A.J. Burnett remains in the rotation. So it's a 3-3 game. First inning took about 50 minutes, and here's Cliff Pennington, 9-1-2 in the A's order against Mosley. And a strike.
Well, like you said, Michael, a little mulligan for Mosley. And looking back at the sheet here, he had a rough first inning against Cleveland, his first start, and then really settled down after that. See if that happens here tonight. Kind of had a nice free pass here. Got an even game at 3-3, and that was probably his best pitch he's thrown there, that 0-2 sinker, or 0-1 sinker.
Do players ever come in the dugout after a top of an inning, top of the first inning, and like, would you ever say to Jeter, "Well, this guy's got nothing. We got no chance today"? About your own guy? I mean, softly.
No, not really. I mean, if it was obvious, yeah. But you know, Dustin Mosley's had
nice play by Jeter. Does the 360, fires, got it.
He's had some rough starts before and battled back, so they know what he can do.
Nice play by Derek going to his left. Pennington hits this ball hard. Looked like a backdoor curveball. And spin, the throw right on the money. Well, you know what, Michael, as a catcher, though, you'll realize I got a guy who's got nothing out there right now, you know, and you almost take it upon yourself to find a way to get him through a game or through an inning. And you're just hoping that he finds that rhythm. Something will click. Stuff will get better. Location will improve.
There's a strike to Coco Crisp. He started the first inning dunking a single in the left center.
Tino was too nice of a guy. He would never say to him, he's got nothing.
I wouldn't say he has nothing, but I think we may come to the dugout and say, okay, we got to score some runs today.
I mean, will you ever give like, you know, a teammate an eye roll, like silently? Wow. I'm not saying Mosley. I'm just saying.
I can't tell you how many times David Cohn has gone out there with nothing, and you knew he had nothing, and you score some runs for him, and before you know it, he's in the 6th, 7th inning, keeping us in the game with whatever he has, and you walk away with a W. So, you know you got to score runs and obviously play good defense and make the routine plays when a guy's struggling.
Shattered bat. Jeter gets another chance, and he gets Crisp. Sunday at 6, college gridiron action returns to Yes with another season of Notre Dame football. The Fighting Irish kick off their 2010 campaign at home against Purdue, and Yes will have a replay of Saturday's action from South Bend. Purdue versus Notre Dame Sunday at 6 right here on Yes. Isn't it amazing, John, whenever you hear a story about a pitcher who has nothing, it always involves David Cohn. And that way he was a great pitcher. But I guess he came out there with nothing every now and then.
Every now and then he did. And when he had nothing, he battled harder than anybody. You saw him. He would switch his windup. He turned his back on you. He dropped down, go sidearm, do whatever it took that day to get 5 or 6, 7 innings to keep his team in the ballgame.
The 0-1 to Barton. 0-2.
You know what? That's such a gift, though. You know, from a catching standpoint, to know that you got a guy out there with nothing, but he's going to find a way to get it done. And, you know, hate to bring up A.J. Burnett, but he goes out there sometimes he doesn't have a whole lot, and he hasn't been able to make the adjustments to get through a tight ball game. Mosley looks a lot better here in the second.
The 0-2. 1-2.
But you also appreciated that in players, and that's why we love David Cone, because he battled, and you knew he was struggling out there, and he didn't want to come out of the game. He wanted to keep it in his own hands and try to get a win for the team. It wasn't so much for himself. He just wanted to do the best he can to keep the team in the game and get a W for the Yankees.
Strike three. A nice bounce back inning for Dustin Mosley. And Martin can't believe it. The A's go down in order. 1-2-3, and we go to the bottom of the second. 3-3.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Yankees fans, you still have a chance to buy full season ticket plans to see the 27-time world champion New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium for the remainder of the 2010 season. Great locations are still available and include 2010 postseason options. For information, visit Yankees.com or call 718-293-6000. In 2010, come home to Yankee Stadium, the home of champions.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 HS250H for $319 a month for 36 months with 40/18 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Droid. This droid has evolved to do even more. Now it integrates your work email so you can be hooked up to everything you need to do. Now it does 1 gigahertz speed on a more intuitive keyboard. Turning you into an instrument of efficiency. Introducing the new Droid 2 by Motorola, part of the next generation of DOS.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 ES350 for $379 a month for 36 months with 40/78 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
It's time for this moment in Yankees history, brought to you by Johnny Walker. On August 30th of 1986, 43-year-old Tommy John and 41-year-old Joe Niekro start both ends of a doubleheader for the Yankees against the Mariners, become the first 40-plus teammates to start a doubleheader in 53 years. Demand greatness in every sip and every season. Johnny Walker, proud sponsor of the New York Yankees. There's Joe Lieberman of Connecticut. And Henry Kissinger. Very political bent to the crowd today. The Donalds here.
All dressed up.
Oh, he's got the Met colors on. What's that about? There's Bill O'Reilly. Donald's got the orange tie and the Met blue. Mets are losing in Atlanta. No, it's 2-2 now, bottom of the second.
He also has a game face on. Doesn't he always have a game face on?
Yes, he does.
Never just smiling, relaxing, and enjoying the game. He's locked in. He's grinding it.
He's always at Yankee games, roots for the Yankees hard. I'd like to see you on The Apprentice, Tino. You think he'd fire you? Darryl got fired on The Apprentice.
It depends on the ratings.
Marcus Timms had a great road trip for the Yankees. 8 for 17, 5 homers and 8 runs batted in. Two. Strike three. Timms down looking. So as Cahill found his groove, as Mosley did. We'll see.
Nice backdoor sinker right here. Starts it way out off the plate. Brings it back down away. And good pitch. Marcus Timms, nothing much you can do with that one.
Here's Curtis Granderson. Curtis 1 for his last 12. Looked like he'd straighten some things out with his swing and starting to slump just a little bit on the road trip. 5 for 22 overall. The 0-1 inside.
Cahill's rhythm has gotten better. It's like he's getting the ball and throwing it a little bit quicker, speeding up the pace just a little bit, trying to improve the results.
High fly ball, center field. Coco Crisp for the second out. Let's take a look at the entire A's defensive schematic, brought to you by Mercedes. You know, Crisp is in center, Larison left, and Davis in right. In the infield, third to first, Kuzmanov, Pennington. 19 errors, most of any American League shortstop. Ellis and Barton, Suzuki behind the plate. And for Pennington, 10 of the errors are throwing errors. Here is Ramiro Pena. And a strike. Slashed into center field. Crisp is there, and order has been restored for both pitchers as they come back after shaky first innings to work 1, 2, 3 seconds. We go to the third.
A's, Yankees. Coverage starts tomorrow at 6 with batting practice today. Only on Yes.
At Metro PCS, get the BlackBerry Curve 8530 smartphone with GPS, Wi-Fi, and no annual contract, plus a $50 mail-in rebate, and unlimited BlackBerry service for just $60 a month. Taxes and regulatory fees included. Metro PCS, wireless for all.
Every cigarette is doing you damage. This is part of an aorta, the main artery from the heart. Smoking makes artery walls sticky and collect dangerous fatty deposits. This much was found stuck to the aortal wall of a smoker aged 32. Every cigarette is doing you damage. For help quitting, including free nicotine patches, call 1-866-NY-QUITS.
In 2008, I quit venture capital to follow my passion for food. I saw a gap in the market for a fresh culinary brand and launched BehindTheBurner.com. We create and broadcast content and then distribute it across TV, the web, and via mobile. I even use the web to get paid. With Accept Pay from American Express Open, we now invoice advertisers and receive payments digitally. And I get paid on average 3 weeks faster. Booming is never looking for a check in the mail because it's already in my email.
At Metro PCS, get the BlackBerry Curve 8530 smartphone with GPS, Wi-Fi, and no annual contract, plus a $50 mail-in rebate, and unlimited BlackBerry service for just $60 a month. Taxes and regulatory fees included. Metro PCS, wireless for all.
Let's look at the upcoming schedule, brought to you by Acela Express. Enjoy the journey. 3 more games against the A's tomorrow night, Wednesday night, and Thursday afternoon. Then 3 against Toronto. All 105 start Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then Buck Showalter brings his Orioles into town. Day game, night game, day game, and then the Yankees start a very long road trip. We showed you Bill O'Reilly, so we have to show you Keith Olbermann. Fair and balanced here on Yes. Pitch is a strike. Suzuki, Cust, and Kuzmanov here in the third. 3s are wild. John Flaherty, a huge day for our broadcast partner, Tino Martinez, and the Martinez family. Ground ball, base hit to right field by Suzuki. Tino's oldest, starting college.
I can't believe it.
And he brought her to college. He and his wife Marie brought her to college.
Yep. Dropped her off yesterday. You know,
Was it tough?
It was tough. Yeah, it was sad driving her to school there, but the thought of being here the next couple of days and seeing her maybe one more time made us feel better. But man, to think I have a kid in college it makes me feel old.
You are old, Tino. Let's be honest. You look great, though.
Oh.
John, are you curious what college Tino's daughter's going to?
I am.
It's not George Washington.
Well, I know that if he drove her up here.
It's Fordham.
Fordham University.
Yeah.
She picked Fordham. She got accepted there, saw the school, and loved it. Great campus. She loved everything about it, and decided to give it a shot.
So now I have to ask you. She probably had like what, a 1,500 on her SATs
No.
in order to get into Fordham.
No, she did not. But she's a good student, though, a hard worker. You know, she had to work hard for her grades, but you know, it was just a good fit for her.
Now, she obviously probably spent a lot of time in the New York area, right? I mean, watching you play?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Basically, she started school in New Jersey when I started out with the Yankees back in '96 as a grade school kid. And now it's kind of come full circle. Going to college here in New York again. She loved it all the years we played here. They spent every summer out here in New York, in the city, in New Jersey, wherever we were. And she thought it'd be a lot of fun to go to school here and take advantage of the city now that she's a little older.
Well, good luck to Olivia. Hope she does great.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
The 3-0. There's strike. How about this, though, John? She's at the game today with her roommates. So can you imagine her roommates? They're from Jersey. Tino Martinez walks in.
Let's go to a Yankee game,
yeah.
right?
They got it made.
Yeah. I got you all covered. I haven't seen her today, though, but I know she's here somewhere.
Runner on first, 3-1 count on Cust. The pitch. Big, healthy cut.
Nice job taking a little bit off. I don't think it was really the changeup. Maybe just take something off a sinker and gets some outstanding movement down and away. Looks like he's in the pitch mode now. You know, first inning kind of throwing and working the ball up a little bit. Now pitching, taking a little off a two-seamer.
Javi Vasquez getting up. Runner goes. Ball fouled away. What do you make of that, John? That's pretty quick, and he had a good second inning.
Had a good second inning, you know, but maybe the base hit to Suzuki. You know, and you got to be honest, you got to look for some spots for Javi to get some work in and maybe get better. Coming out of the bullpen in Toronto, his stuff was better. He gave a 1 home run in that outing, that relief appearance, but if you have a long reliever, used to be a starter, looking for opportunities, not a bad time to do it.
Runner goes again. 3-2, swung and a miss. The throw to second. It's a strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Good pitch and a good throw from Jorge Posada. We'll take a look at the throw from Jorge Posada. A little sinker down and away, comes out of there in good shape. Suzuki runs well for a catcher, but a guy who's not going to steal a lot of bases. You see our GE Capital partner play. Great partnerships are built on trust at GE Capital. We prove that every day.
And Javi Vasquez still throwing. Kuzmanov with a high fly ball, right field. Nick Swisher will put it away, and that'll do it. No runs a hit, no errors because of the DP. Nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. 3-3.
Sure, some of our customers have switched to WB Mason, but these guys, they're loyal. They love our coffee here.
Hey, that's one of our pots.
So's this.
And this.
Sorry, guys, we switched to WB Mason.
Yeah, we love our Green Mountain K-Cups.
All the gourmet flavors.
And WB delivers every day.
WB Mason strikes again.
But it does make a nice fishbowl.
Who but WB Mason?
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Come out to Yankee Stadium to see the 27-time world champion New York Yankees in action. Bring your clients, employees, or business associates out to the stadium for a corporate outing and enjoy Yankees baseball in a private game day suite or in one of our great group locations. Visit Yankees.com, call 646-977-8900, or email suites@yankees.com. In 2010, come home to Yankee Stadium, the home of champions.
Get up, get moving. Subway has breakfast.
And it's a slam dunk.
I like my breakfast sandwich with green peppers, onion, banana peppers, and mustard. I like eggs with Black Forest ham on wheat. With everything.
I like a little kick. That's a good call.
I like mine with egg whites.
And?
A napkin.
Have you built your better breakfast? Now's the time. Try our better for you Western Egg White Muffin Melt or the delicious double bacon, egg, and cheese on toasty flatbread.
Subway, build your better breakfast.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Hanneken Light. See the light. By Subway Restaurant, Subway, where winners eat. And by Avis, the official rental car company of the New York Yankees. Tino up on the big board. And quickly displaced by Brett Gardner. Got a nice hand there, Tino. They never forget.
And it's always appreciated. I love coming here and you get a hand like that. It always feels good. I don't care how long you've been out of the game or how many times it happens.
So it kind of makes you forget the first month of Donnie baseball chants in '96.
I deserved it. You know, I worked my way into that situation. You know, hitting 080 or 100 by the end of May, and man, thank God I survived here and didn't ship me out sooner.
That big grand slam in Baltimore did it.
That helped.
That was the end of April. And then you came back to Yankee Stadium and you never looked back. The 0-1. 1-1. And the pitch. Missed inside. Gardner walked in the first inning.
Cale's trying to get that inside sinker to come run back over the plate. Gardner's been close there.
Hot shot to short. Pennington gets Gardner for the first out. And here's Derek Jeter. Tino, I know you're close with Derek. Is Derek concerned that he's not hitting, that the average now is at 269?
Well, I'm sure he's frustrated, but he never shows it. He won't tell you that.
He wouldn't even tell you as a friend, right?
No, not at all, because he always believes, he never loses confidence, and he never feels like he's in a slump. You know, he just feels like he might be having bad luck, or he's running into one of those, you know, tough times, but he battles through it and eventually comes out of it. But I know he's got to be frustrated, you know, with that 270 average.
Grounded into a 5-4 force in the first inning.
I never hit 300. I've hit 290 before, 285, 295. And, you know, when you go from there to 250 or so, you feel like you're making a lot of outs, and you feel like you're in a terrible slump the whole year. It's a big adjustment, but I think he's going to be fine. And he's got a month to go here. We all know how hot he can get and what he's capable of doing.
Right back to Cahill, and Derek's struggles continue. 2 outs. It was just hard to believe. 1 for his last 20 and 2 for his last 25. Just doesn't seem like him.
You know, and you think about the 2 at-bats, obviously rolling over, a little tapper back to the mound. Even his first at-bat, a little rollover ground ball to third. That's not what we're used to seeing with Derek. Usually when he makes his outs, the other way, hitting balls hard. Kind of that rolling over swing, not what we're used to seeing.
You wonder if he may be getting a little over anxious now, just a little bit. Because you're right, John. He is one of the best at letting that ball get deep, and even if he fouls one over the first base dugout, he's just probably jumping out there just a hair getting out front.
And the breaking ball is loaded to Scherer, count 2-0.
You know, and that's really one of the things that made it hard to pitch to Derek when I would try to catch against him, because you throw fastballs in, he'd shoot it the other way.
That one is driven deep to right field. See ya! Sneaks into the stands. Solo home run for Mark Teixeira, and the Yankees lead 4-3.
Nice job of hitting by Mark Teixeira right here. Trying to get Cahill to elevate that sinker just a little bit. Pretty good pitch down the zone. Teixeira does a great job going down, staying right through it. Getting a good part of the bat on it.
Let's take a look at the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast.
Nice job right there. It was a pretty good pitch there by Cahill. Kept it down the zone, and great job of hitting by Mark Teixeira. Staying down and through it. Big home run right there.
Now, this is not something that's done all the time. This is the first time since July 17th that Cahill has allowed more than 3 runs in a start. Mark Teixeira in the top 5 in home runs in the American League. Last year, he was the leader, tied with Carlos Pena. But Bautista has a big, big lead.
I guess more importantly, that thumb is not a problem. A couple of at-bats, 2 hard hit balls. Home run number 29 for Mark Teixeira. Tino, you mentioned a couple of those fastballs. Cahill's trying to run back inside to the corner, not getting the calls from Kerwin Danley behind the plate. Definitely looks like more of a hitter's umpire tonight than a pitcher's umpire.
There's leaving more pitches out over the plate, which the Yankees are capitalizing on it.
That one's drilled deep to right field. That ball is off the wall. No, they say it's gone. A home run, back to back. Teixeira and Cano, and the Yankees lead 5-3.
Tino, you called it. Pitches up out over the plate. Yankees taking advantage of some of the mistakes from Cahill. Home run number 26 up, pretty much middle. Bat head gets out. It's a line drive down the right field line. You see, just clears the wall and comes back into play. It's a bullet. Mark Teixeira hit a line drive. Robinson Cano follows it up with another line drive to right field.
Yeah, it just seems like Cahill, when he's not getting that call you talked about, John, the one inner half of the plate and the outer half of the plate down away, he's getting a little frustrated. He's just kind of coming back over the middle of the plate instead of sticking to his game plan and trying to keep pounding the ball in there.
Career high now for Robinson Cano, 26 home runs. So he will continue to set career highs every home run he hits for the remainder of the year.
He's not getting a lot of chases on those balls either. Those borderline pitches. The Yankees doing a great job laying off them.
Grounded foul. 7th time this year the Yankees have gone back-to-back with home runs.
Nothing better than seeing Cano in the dugout after a home run. That huge smile on his face.
Count 2-2. Started with Teixeira, his 29th home run, and then Cano's 26th. Cahill struggling like he hasn't struggled in a while. The 2-2. 3-2. In his last 7 starts combined, Cahill had allowed 2 home runs, now in back-to-back batters. But he gets Swisher for the final out of the 3rd. But the Yankees break a 3-3 tie, and they do it in the Bronx as Bronx Bombers. Mark Teixeira goes yard. That gives them a 4-3 lead. And then it's back-to-back time. 5-3 Yankees.
We've been thrilled with the thousands of pics you've sent us, but there was one from Bryce in Minnesota.
This can't happen. Bryce, I promise you, I will fix this.
We're extending our $5.99 pizza deal, so keep sending your shots.
We're still listening. We're going to learn. We're going to get better.
You get job benefits, company benefits, even card member benefits. But did you know DirecTV comes with benefits too?
I use Score Guide to check the Cardinals score and the Vikings score while I watch my Colts score just by pressing the red button.
I used DVR Scheduler to record that comedy about Vegas while I was in Vegas. Downloaded the free DirecTV app. Done.
You've got the benefits of the best TV. DirecTV.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the Accu-Check Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free Accu-Check Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Well, as we go to the fourth inning, it's time for the New York State Smokers Quit Line Quiz. Yankees defeated the A's 3-2 in the 2000 ALDS. Which Yankee had the most hits during that series? We'll find that out in the bottom of the inning. Well, Dustin Mosley back out there to start the fourth inning, and he will face Mark Ellis as the Yankees lead 5-3. And there's the strike. Grounded toward short, Jeter. And there's one away. And here's Jeff Larris. He did damage in the first inning, a 2-run single to center field. Trying to go yard right there.
I think the A's have kind of gotten away from their game plan. In the first inning, they were staying on the ball, shooting the ball the opposite way, just taking their singles and taking what they can get. And you saw Jack Cuz try to go deep, his at bat, and big swing right there.
That one's hit deep to right field. There it goes. A monster blast by Larish. And it's now 5-4 Yankees. Boy, did that ball get out there. That made the bleacher section.
Another ball up in the zone right here. A little breaking ball. Oh, fastball, my bad. Right down the middle. Larris does a great job staying right on it and just crushing that ball. No doubter.
He's got an unusual stance. I mean, stands upright with his hands real still, and I guess like a classic lefty, Tino likes the ball down in the zone. Pretty much down middle.
Nice head behind the ball there, stays behind the ball well, and just nice short compact swing.
Rajay Davis grounds to Jeter. So 82 home runs. And now they're tied with the Mariners, and that's the fewest in the American League. And here's Cliff Pennington. And that's just the American League. That's all of baseball. There's a strike. Count 0-2. Pennington grounded to short in the second. So Derek, fourth inning, has 4 assists so far. Did he hold up? No, he did not. So Pennington down on strikes, tagged out by Posada. But the A's got 1 run on 1 hit. Nobody left. The 1 hit off the bat of Jeff Larish. He went to the bleachers here at the stadium. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 5-4 Yanks.
A new chapter has been written at pinstripebible.com. Its all-new design, frequent daily updates, and enhanced user commenting system make it a must-read for every Bronx Bombers fan. Make yourself well-versed in everything Yankees at the new pinstripebible.com.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 RX 350 for $449 a month for 36 months, with $41.48 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
How do you top the achievements of the past? The only postseason perfect game ever to be pitched. The 3 home runs blasted on one October night. And that 27th championship in the new house. It might not be easy, but in the Bronx, history tends to repeat itself. Demand greatness in every sip and every season. Johnny Walker, proud sponsor of the New York Yankees.
What are we doing?
The Wave.
Oh, why?
This is what they do at games. And IOTV carries every HD game for all 9 New York sports teams. And it's baseball season.
I love baseball. Oh, touchdown!
Catch every HD game of all 9 New York sports teams. With incredible HD picture and sound, IOTV brings you the best HD experience free.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 HS250H for $319 a month for 36 months, with $40.18 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Time for the answer to the New York State Smokers Quit Line Quiz. The Yankees defeated the A's 3-2 in the 2000 ALDS. Which Yankee had the most hits during that series? Tino, do you know the answer to this?
It might be me. I'm not sure if I had the most hits.
Let's see. It was you. 8 for 19. You owned it. You owned that series.
That was one of those tough series against the A's in those 5 games. And
man, they pop in that series, Tina.
I don't know if I had any homers. I mean, I've had any homers. I know it was one of those series we were down 2-0 to the A's and went, back over there and won our games and got back and, got back to the World Series again.
Posada with a base hit to center. I wonder if you remember this about that series. This is the thing that will always stick in my mind about that series. You guys are down 2-0. You tie it up, then you have to go to Oakland. And you fly overnight, and you land, and you get to the hotel about 6:30 in the morning. And I'd say half the team went to Carl's Jr. and had the breakfast of champions, like cheeseburgers.
I'll never forget it. You're right.
And then you guys went out and scored 6 runs in the first inning.
Yeah, we landed about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Yep. And Carl's Jr. was right there next to the hotel. And we all went in there, grabbed some Carl's Jr. breakfast, and went right to bed. Got up about 12 o'clock or so and headed to the ballpark.
I think you had a big hit in that first inning, right?
I hit a double that first inning. I remember that because the shadows were terrible and you couldn't see. And I got a pitch and hit it over the center fielder's head and drove in a couple of runs.
You had 4 ribbies in that series. You did not hit a home run.
No power. See Flash? No power.
4 RBIs, though. Production.
I just took what they gave me.
In your postseason career, 9 home runs and 38 ribbies. Timms with a slow roller to third. They just got him. That's a nice play by Kuzmanov. Hey, there's new attire that you can get right outside gate 6 at the stadium. That's the gate that's nearest the subway when you get off the subway. And it's Jay-Z Yankee attire. And that coincides with the stadium concerts on September 13th and 14th, Jay-Z and Eminem. And you can get some of this stuff right outside the stadium. I'm sure inside the stadium as well. Yankee Jay-Z cap. And that stand right there that you're seeing is outside gate 6. And it says, get yourself in an Empire State of Mind, which is the name of a Jay-Z song that he played before the World Series. There's a strike to Granderson.
Should be a pretty good concert.
I would think so.
Flash?
I'm sure it's going to be a great time. I don't have any tickets. I'm a little disappointed.
Not your kind of music?
No.
See, now it is my type, okay? Because you would not think that maybe it would. I love Jay-Z. And I like Eminem's early work. His early oeuvre.
What an honor, though, to be the first concert to be played here at the new Yankee Stadium.
They're doing a home and home. Jay-Z and Eminem here, and then Eminem and Jay-Z at Comerica Park. The 0-2. Driven out to left center field, deep, giving chase Larish, and he'll make the play on the warning track. Posada tags, and he will make it to third.
Well, Michael, you mentioned that Curtis Granderson had a rough road trip, I guess, especially in Chicago, because he swung the bat okay in Toronto. But here, a fastball up, going the other way, and hits this ball a long way. Good swing, trying to keep the two hands on the bat. Does that right after contact, lets go with the top hand, but he drives this ball a long way the other way. Doesn't have anything to show for it, but you got to believe he's pretty happy with that swing.
That was a very good swing. Great base running there by Jorge Posada. Got a good read, got out the shortstop, read the ball, and got over third base now where a pass ball or an error to score the run.
Ramiro Pena fouls it off. Now you saw on that pitch, Suzuki was almost standing up, and we saw that a couple times in Chicago. Let me ask you first, Tino. Did you feel a guy standing up behind you?
Not really. No, I didn't. Maybe if it was a ball, if you're able to, if it was a ball that you didn't swing at, you look back and you see him, then you start having an idea that it may be happening. This ball's right down the middle, though. He didn't get it up there. This is a great swing by Curtis Granderson, though.
Did you ever worry when you were giving that sign, John?
Yeah, you would worry. I mean, you'd worry that maybe some hitters would peek back there and take a look. It didn't happen all that much. But I'm actually surprised Suzuki is asking Cahill to do that, being a sinker ball pitcher trying to elevate fastballs. And like you said, Tino, per pitcher's pretty much right down the middle.
I've seen Jorge do that a lot, too. He'll stand up like that. Do you ever get worried that the guy might just fire one at your knees?
Yeah, it happens, sure.
That'd be a tough ball to catch.
There's a base hit up the middle by Ramiro Pena. Posada scores, and the Yankees lead 6-4.
Pena getting a start today, and whenever this kid plays, he always seems to pick up a big hit to drive in a run or two. The curveball pretty much down on the ground. You see Suzuki, he's going to go to block it. Pena just drives it right back up the middle. The batting average does not impress you, but the RBI total does. Big 2-out RBI base hit.
.125 at bat for Pena and 17 runs batted in. And the pitch to Gardner is a strike. Pitch out.
Cahill has not gotten that inside pitch for a strike called all night from Kerwin Danley, the home plate umpire. Another fastball that he doesn't like on the inside half. That combined with some elevated pitches have cost him already 6 runs in the 4th.
He has made some pretty good pitches that he hadn't gotten called for strikes here. And that pitch to Pena was a very good pitch, too. Down, almost on the dirt. Pena does a great job getting the barrel on it.
Runner goes. And it's ball 4. Second walk for Gardner. And Cahill, who had not allowed 6 runs since his last start against the Yankees on July 6th, is really laboring. And there's nobody up in the A's bullpen. Kurt Young comes out again to talk things over. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Now here's Derek Jeter. He is 0 for 2. Cahill deals. Grounded foul. Jerry Blevins, left-hander.
Another swing from Derek Jeter, just a little bit too quick, rolling over the top. I'd like to see him maybe just taking a bat here and go to right field, get jammed, try to fight one off.
Grounded to third. They go the short way, and they just get the force on Gardner for the final out. But the Yankees get a run on 2 hits, and they lead 2. We play 4, 6-4 Yankees.
He is the life of parties he has never attended. If he were to punch you in the face, you would have to fight off the strong urge to thank him. Sharks have a week dedicated to him. He is the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer those Yankees. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Weekends. Judge Napolitano is on the case, policing big government, exposing bureaucrats, safeguarding your rights.
The Constitution was written to limit the government. When politicians cross that line, I'll be there.
The judge is taking the toughest issues head on. Exclusive interviews, hard-hitting investigations. The one show delivering a message straight to DC's power players.
From Capitol happenings to Supreme Court surprises, we're in the middle of it all.
Freedom Watch with Judge Napolitano on Fox Business.
Pure liberty. No excuses.
In every friendly little competition, there's a winner and a loser. A runner-up, second best, the one who fell a bit short.
Thank you.
Something our friends at BMW are feeling once again. Experience the Summer of Audi event before September 6th and get exceptional values on new and certified pre-owned models.
Nancy Newman in our Yes Studios with your Audi update. Let's check in on the Rays playing host to the Blue Jays at the Trop in the third 2-on for Carlos Pena. Into the seats and left for the 2-out. 3-run home run off Brett Cecil. His 26th of the season. This after an Aaron Hill error kept the inning alive, and Pena makes the Jays pay. Aaron Hill homer to get one back. It's 5-2.
Thank you, Nancy. We'll hear from Nancy a little bit later on and on the post game as well as we go to the 5th inning. Yankees 6-4 over the A's, 6-7-0, leading 4-5-0. So Nancy will give you the updated scores on the post game, and Kimberly Jones will work the clubhouse. So you have to stay right here. First pitch grounded sharply to second, and Coco Crisp is retired.
Would the Rays take 2 out of 3 from Boston?
Yep. How about this stat? This is amazing. The Yankees and the Rays are deadlocked atop the East at the end of a day's play 22 times this season, including each of the past 7 days. That matches the major league record for most consecutive days that a pair of teams have been tied for first place this late in a season. Just doesn't happen very often. The only other 7-day streak of this kind after the middle of July was in 1980 when the Dodgers and the Astros had identical National League West leading record from September 10th through the 16th. Now, it would be super exciting if there wasn't, kind of a safety net of the wild card, because the Red Sox might have really hurt themselves with that loss yesterday. Now, if you knew that only one of those two teams were going to go to the playoffs, then being tied atop the East would be unbelievable. Go right down to the end, and one team would go home and one team would go to the playoffs.
That would be a great race without the wild card. Although I love the wild card, I think it helps a lot. It would be interesting to see those two teams go down to the wire. And
I never liked the wild card at the beginning, and now I really like it. But one thing that I wish was rewarded was that winning the division would be a huge thing. Now it's not that big a deal. I mean, if you're a wild card, okay, you have one less home game, but I don't think it's enough of a deterrent, John.
No, it's definitely not. And you've seen a lot of wild card teams go all the way. It's just get in there playing the hottest baseball at the right time of the year. But you just think about it. If you're Joe Madden, manager of the Rays, or Joe Girardi, manager of the Yankees, as you see Javi Vasquez getting loose again, I would have to say you're going to manage differently coming down the stretch, knowing you have your way in the way it looks now.
Right, I agree with you, John. Once you sort of clinch that playoff spot, may it be, September 20th. Of course you want to win the division, but I'm sure Joe would sit some guys out.
Set up your rotation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I've heard people actually propose that if you get in as a wild card, you get one home game, 2 on the road, home game, then 2 on the road, or no home game at all. That you play all of the games against one of the division winners, with every single game would be on the road. That would be a deterrent.
It would be. You'd have to reward the fans with at least one home game, I would think, for being there for a team who made it to the playoffs. That would be a deterrent. Only one home game.
Another one that I heard was have a second wild card team. Then the 2 wild cards will play each other, and that would be a 3-game set, best of 3. And that would be a deterrent when you'd have to play a best of 3 and then go into the division series. That would be something you'd want to avoid.
Yeah, they just don't want to extend the playoffs that deep into October, early November.
How about this one then? You have 2 wild cards and you play 1 game. That would be a deterrent.
That would be great.
You play 1 game and that team will be the one that goes into the playoffs. Because if you had a wild card in '78, you'd never have one of the greatest games ever played. The Yankees and the Red Sox. Bucky Dent would never have that home run. Nice scoop there by Teixeira. So the wild card has many good things, but there are things it takes away as well.
There's still so much baseball left to play, though, with the Yankees having to go to Tampa, and Tampa having to come here. The Yankees going to Boston. It's a tough schedule for all 3 teams the rest of the way.
And when you think Boston is finally out of it, they go on a little run to get back in it.
Exactly. A little 3 or 4 or 5 games winning streak puts you right back in there. The Rays did their job. When you have a team in your home ballpark, you got to win that series. You hope for the sweep, but if not, 2 out of 3 is just as good.
And the count 3-1.
Sure, Dustin Mosley's thinking about 2 outs right here. You're getting yourself in line for a possibility of a win. Now you're behind in the count 3-1 to the 3rd hitter, Suzuki.
And he misses. So 2 straight walks. And let's see how they went at Suzuki. And we'll go with the pitch by pitch, brought to you by Suzuki Kizashi.
You can see Dustin Mosley's not going to be happy with himself with this at bat. Pitch by pitch. First pitch fastball fouled off. Sinker down and in that misses. Another sinker down and in, misses again. Curveball down. Suzuki in the driver's seat. A fastball down and away for ball 4.
Well, Mosley will not be around for the win. Joe Girardi calls on Javier Vasquez. First and second, 1 out. Yankees leading by 2.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 HS250H for $319 a month for 36 months with 40/18 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
You can buy furniture online at RaymoreFlanagan.com or at any Raymore and Flanagan showroom and have it delivered anywhere in the Northeast in 3 days or less. Brighten Mom and Dad's dining room in Connecticut. Help furnish your son's loft in Manhattan. Surprise your daughter with a comfy bed in Buffalo. Or send Grandpa a new recliner in Philadelphia.
Delivery, incredibly fast.
Anywhere in the Northeast, 3 days or less. From Raymore and Flanagan.
This is the jungle. Disguised as a wedding, but a jungle nonetheless. And here there are two types of tigers. One that goes straight to the prey. And the one who makes the prey surrender to him.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 ES350 for $379 a month for 36 months with 40/78 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Well, Joe Girardi makes the call to the bullpen, brought to you by AT&T Rethink Possible. Now, he had up Javier Vasquez in the third, sat him down in the fourth, but now with the 2 walks, he comes in here in the fifth.
We'll take a look at his numbers on the year. ERA just under 5. Made a relief appearance in Toronto and actually did a nice job in that ball game. Give up a home run to Aaron Hill, second baseman for the Blue Jays. But even the stuff got better. Velocity was a little bit better than what we have seen. Better changeup. See if he can carry it over to this appearance.
Let's look at tomorrow's starting pitchers, brought to you by Fios TV, Internet, and Phone. It's time for Fios. Vin Mazzaro will go for the A's against Phil Hughes, 15 at 6, 4.12. We're coming on the air at 6 o'clock with the BP show. 6:30 is our pregame show, and 7:08 will be our first pitch. And Vin Mazzaro will be pitching in front of family and friends. He's from Jersey. Phil Hughes is from the West Coast. So Dustin Mosley now against Jack Cust. Speaking of Jersey, Cust from Flemington. Count 1-0. A 1-0 strike.
You saw Jorge Posada telling Javi Vasquez, get your arm up a little bit, and that's what we saw when he was fatiguing a little bit in the rotation. That arm angle would drop. He'd push a lot of fastballs. Curveball was kind of rolling.
See, Posada wants that ball in the outer half over there. That ball was up in the zone a little bit. He wants that ball in the outer half to see if he can get Jack Cust to roll over on it. Last at bat, if you remember, he took 3 huge swings trying to go deep to right field. So I think Jorge has that in his mind as he calls for his pitches here.
There's the strike.
Good changeup, 76 miles an hour on the outside corner. Cust looking for a fastball, and a fastball count, doesn't get it.
See his hips fly open just a little bit early, anticipating a ball in the inner half, or looking for a ball in the inner half, I should say. Had one thought in his mind.
2-2. This could be 2. There's 1. They took too much time, and they only get the force. Cano really took a long time to get the ball to Jeter. Very, very deliberate, and that cost them the double play.
Yeah, you were thinking 4-6-3. You can see Robinson Cano had a little trouble with the handle, and because of that, Derek Jeter off balance a little bit with the transfer at second base, decides not to follow through with the throw. If you're Javi Vasquez, you got to worry about a little letdown here. You made a pitch to Jack Cust. You got the ground ball like you wanted to. Couldn't complete the double play.
Give Kurt Suzuki a few more steps to get closer to Jeter as well and make him flinch and hang on to the ball there.
Here's Kevin Kuzminoff. Off-speed pitch swung and missed. 70-mile-an-hour offering from Vasquez. (6-4). Yankees lead. Vasquez on in relief of Mosley. Pitch outside.
Yeah, if you're Javi, you really got to guard against that mental breakdown. You think you got the double play to get out of the inning. All of a sudden, you got to turn it back on again. You got Kuzminoff, who's got 65 RBIs, a dangerous hitter with the 12 home runs. Had a home run yesterday against the Rangers, so swinging a hot bat lately.
Strike.
Johnny talked about it last at bat, them closing his stance up a little bit. He was wide open and he was flying open, trying to pull everything. They closed him up, trying to get him to focus more to right center. And Javier's making some great pitches here in the outer half, and he still, I think, has that inner fastball inside the back of his mind because he just can't pull the trigger.
And the pitch. Another off-speed pitch, 68 miles an hour. Count 1-2. That's what Mike Messina did when he lost velocity on his fastball. He just made his off-speed pitches slower.
People don't realize that when you see the board up there and he's throwing 88, 86. When your changeup is 65, 66, that's a big difference, and it makes that fastball look like it's 94, 95.
The 1-2. About that.
We talk about it all the time. If you have enough velocity, though, you can get away with some mistakes. A good fastball at 90 miles an hour, and Kuzminoff had a good swing, fouled it off. Just gives you the ability to miss a little bit more if you have some velocity. So far, so good this inning from Javi Vasquez coming in out of the bullpen. His stuff looks pretty sharp.
Nice block by Jorge right there to save a run. Keeping that ball right in front of him, just deadening it. It's a great feeling for a pitcher to be able to throw a breaking ball in this situation or a changeup in the dirt, knowing your catcher is going to block and keep it in front and avoid that run from scoring.
Two balls, two strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch. Another off-speed pitch, and the count is full. Mark Ellis waiting. That's going to release the runner. Cust at first. Runner at third stays anchored. 3-2, 2 outs. The old third to first, the old Jeff Nelson.
Threw a bad curveball, 2-2. Maybe comes back thinking he can throw a quality one here, 3-2. Maybe he feels good about his fastball. Proud of it tonight. We'll see if he throws it on the outside half.
Grounded and grabbed in the hole by Jeter. The off-balance throw to first. Got him! Derek Jeter with a big-time play to get Vasquez out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left. We are halfway through. The Yankees are up by 2.
time is when I thought I parked in level 2, or maybe 8th.
My me time is when there's a 10% chance of rain.
My me time is when he doesn't get the hint.
My me time is when everybody's taking shots at me.
Discover you time anytime. McCafe your day with the McDonald's Frappe. Smooth and icy caramel or mocha blended just for you and topped with a decadent drizzle.
Me time!
The simple joy of a frappe.
My Toyota has 180,000 miles on it.
190,000 miles.
267,491 miles on it.
My Toyota has 464,000 miles.
While a Toyota may last a long time, the amazing deals and great selection won't during Toyota's National Clearance Event. And now you can get 0% APR financing on the fun-to-drive 2010 Toyota Corolla. Or lease a new 2010 Corolla for just $149 a month. Toyota, durability to move you forward.
Yankees fans won't have to miss another game with live Yes Network games online wherever you go with Verizon Fios.
This one is gone.
Get the remaining season of live Yankees games for just $34.95. That's less than $1 a game. If you're a Verizon Fios TV customer with Fios Internet, just go to Verizon.com/yes to subscribe now.
So the captain saves a run with a great defensive play, not letting his offensive struggles go into the field. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Yankees up 6-4. The beginning of the longest homestand of the year, and the beginning of a 4-game set against the A's. Teixeira will start it off 2 for 2. Last time up a home run. And a strike. And here's Jeter's playing the hole and the famous jump pass. And they just got Kuzminoff for the final out. Let's take one more look at this with the IOTV HD Super Shot. You see the extension that Jeter has. And that's all arm, Tino, because he's not planted.
Nothing behind the ball. No leg power behind it. Nothing. His whole weight shift is going out to left field. And not just to make that throw to first base, but to make it on time to get the runner. He's got great arm strength that people don't realize.
Count 2-2.
It's a hard enough throw to make when you do plant out there at shortstop and then come up throwing.
That is his signature play as a shortstop. The backhanded play in the hole, and then from midair making the throw. That one is driven out to left center field. Deep, giving chase is Larish, and he can't make the play. It's going to bounce up against the wall. And Teixeira gets himself a double. Single, double, and a home run for Teixeira in 3 at-bats.
3 great at-bats today for Teixeira as well. Got ball to right field, stays right on the sinker, down the way, and drives out to deep left center. And that's very deep out there. Great swing. Nice job staying on the ball after pulling a double and a single to right field. Knowing the Cahill will probably go away this time, and stays right on and drives it. Great swing, stays behind the ball, great extension.
Here's Cano. He is 2 for 2, a single and a home run. Yankees up 6-4 for Teixeira, his 11th 3-hit game of the year. Pitch outside.
Tino, I was always jealous here of left-handed hitters in this situation. You got a guy on second, nobody out. You can go up there just saying, all I got to do is pull a ball.
Yeah, it's tough though when you have a sinker ball pitcher staying down away, because you want to roll over and make sure you get the ball to the right side. So, you know, what I would do in this situation when I had a sinker ball pitcher is I would get closer to the plate. So I wouldn't care if it threw the ball in on me and I got jammed and rolled over, but I didn't want to get that ball in the outer half and tap it back to the pitcher or ground out the left side.
Now, wouldn't there be times though that you wouldn't roll over and try to hit the ball to the right side because you have a 2-run lead?
I think early in the game, there are times when you want to do that, just go to hitting. But right here, you want to make sure with the 2-run lead that you get this guy to third, because that's a big run out there.
He hits it the other way and dunks it into left field for a base hit. Teixeira rounds third. He's coming home. The throw, not in time. And the throw was over the cutoff man. That allowed Cano to go to second, his 3rd hit, an RBI single. And the Yankees up 7-4.
Well, Robinson Cano does a nice job going the other way, clearly not thinking about pulling a ball, just trying to drive the run in, and he does. And a bad play by Jeff Larish here. Left fielder for the A's has only played a couple of games in the outfield, and some of that inexperience shows right here. Does not have any chance to throw Mark Teixeira out, and overthrows a cutoff man that allows Robinson Cano to get himself into second base and into scoring position.
And I guess what Cano's thinking, hey, I'm the cleanup batter. As a cleanup batter, do you even think about moving the runner, or are you just trying to drive it in either way?
I really believe he's going to try to hit the ball in the right field there. But this guy's throwing sinkers away, down away, and it's hard to roll that ball over. So I mean, he did a nice job. He got out front on it, but stayed right through it and was able to get it over the shortstop's head.
Well, Henry Rodriguez.
Center. And that's very deep out there. Great swing. Nice job staying on the ball after pulling a double and a single to right field. Knowing the Cahill will probably go away this time, and stays right on and drives it. Great swing, stays behind the ball, great extension.
Here's Cano. He is 2 for 2, a single and a home run. Yankees up 6-4 for Teixeira, his 11th 3-hit game of the year. Pitch outside.
Tino, I was always jealous here of left-handed hitters in this situation. You got a guy on second, nobody out. You can go up there just saying, all I got to do is pull a ball.
Yeah, it's tough though when you have a sinker ball pitcher staying down away, because you want to roll over and make sure you get the ball to the right side. So, you know, what I would do in this situation when I had a sinker ball pitcher is I would get closer to the plate. So I wouldn't care if it threw the ball in on me and I got jammed and rolled over, but I didn't want to get that ball in the outer half and tap it back to the pitcher or ground out the left side.
Now, wouldn't there be times though that you wouldn't roll over and try to hit the ball to the right side because you have a 2-run lead?
I think early in the game there are times when you want to do that, just go to hitting, but right here you want to make sure with the 2-run lead that you get this guy to third. That's a big run out there.
He hits it the other way and dunks it into left field for a base hit. Teixeira rounds third. He's coming home. The throw not in time, and the throw was over the cutoff man. That allowed Cano to go to second, his third hit, an RBI single, and the Yankees up 7-4.
Well, Robinson Cano does a nice job going the other way, clearly not thinking about pulling a ball, just trying to drive the run in, and he does. And a bad play by Jeff Larish here. Left fielder for the A's has only played a couple of games in the outfield, and some of that inexperience shows right here. Does not have any chance to throw Mark Teixeira out, and overthrows a cutoff man that allows Robinson Cano to get himself into second base and into scoring position.
And I guess what Cano's thinking, hey, I'm the cleanup batter. As a cleanup batter, do you even think about moving the runner, or are you just trying to drive it in either way?
I really believe he's going to try to hit the ball in the right field there, but this guy's throwing sinkers away, down away, and it's hard to roll that ball over. So I mean, he did a nice job. He got out front on it, but stayed right through it and was able to get it over the shortstop's head.
Well, Henry Rodriguez is going to come in as Bob Guerin comes out, and he will take Trevor Cahill with him. That is a bad start for Trevor Cahill. Very rare.
So why are over 1,000 people a day switching to Chevrolet?
I need something I can rely on, so the warranty is a big deal.
It covers you for $40,000 more than Honda and Toyota. It's the Chevrolet Summer Event. You may want to call dibs.
Get 0% APR for 72 months or $5,000 cash back on 2010 Silverado half-ton extended and crew cab models. Or qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on this Traverse LS for around $299 a month. Call for details. Call 877-64-CHEVY.
Allie Baker. Allie Baker. Allie Baker. Michael Joyner. Michael Joyner.
Wicked cold, guys. Wicked cold.
Cold, clean, iron-free. This was the water he'd been searching for. Down in the hollow, where he would build his business. Never varying from his recipe, staying true to the process. Growing to meet a demand that would stretch far beyond the hills of Tennessee. Quite a feat for the little man from the middle of nowhere, who knew he had something so special. He was proud to give it his name.
Difficult outing for Trevor Cahill, and there is a shot of the Mohegan Sun Sports Bar. Situated in center field in Yankee Stadium, the Mohegan Sun Sports Bar is a great place to gather and enjoy the game.
Well, Henry Rodriguez will take over. Trevor Cahill knocked out. 7 runs marks the most Cahill has allowed in a start since his first start of the year on April 30th. And this is what Henry Rodriguez has done, his 17th game. 17 innings, 12 hits, 20 strikeouts, so good stuff. 8 walks. And he could throw about 100 miles an hour at times, Henry Rodriguez, and Trevor Cahill has been turned into a spectator. Seven for Yankees, runner at second, and here's Swisher. Grounded foul.
Might be, you said you got a power guy like Henry Rodriguez coming in now, pitches between 92 and 100. Big difference from Cahill throwing sinkers at 84, 86, and see Nick Swisher right there, very aggressive. Going the scouting report, just jumping on that first pitch fastball.
Tampa Bay now 5-2 over Toronto, top of the 8th inning. Oh, and 2, so if both of those scores hold, it'll be a new big league record for this late in the season. 2 teams tied 8 days in a row.
Trevor Cahill has had 2 starts against the Yankees this year, and both of them have not gone well. 9 hits, 7 runs to this point.
That one gets away from Suzuki, allowing Cano to move to third.
Fastball over 100 miles an hour down in the zone. If you're Suzuki, you're just trying to get a glove on it. You can't try to get your body in front of that. It's going to be a wild pitch. Robinson Cano advances to third.
There's a 100-mile-an-hour fastball in the outer half right there.
Infield in. The 2-2. 100 miles an hour. Now, if that run scores and there's a runner at third with nobody out, that will allow Cahill to match his career high for runs allowed. That was driven the other way. Giving chase is Larish. He does. He can't make the play. Cano scores. It's an RBI double for Swisher, and the Yankees lead 8-4. Third ribby of the night, second double for Swisher.
And both doubles going the other way. The first one just to the left of center field. This one to left field. Larish lays out for it, cannot make the play. Good extension on Yes Mo, just out of his reach, and a couple of quality at bats for Nick Swisher, driving the ball the middle the other way. 3 RBIs on the night.
Nick Swisher now 78 ribbies on the season. Still nobody out. The Yankees have doubled the A's, and that's a career high. Runs allowed by Cahill. That'll close the book on him. And the pitch to Posada, 99-mile-an-hour strike. And again, 99.
So you had Jorge Posada there already thinking about getting the guy over to third base. 0-1-0-2 with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball in the outer half. Now 0-2. He's got to go to hitting right here. It's a fastball way. He's got to go with it. Just hit it where it's pitched.
And the pitch. How hard is it to hit a 99-mile-an-hour fastball?
Well, it's obviously tough, but it just seems like Henry Rodriguez's pitches, this is dead straight. There's no sink on it, no cutter on it, so you can pretty much just try to get a nice, short, compact swing, just try to put the barrel on the bat of the ball. It's not as tough as it would be as if a guy had some sink or a cutter with it. Especially once you've seen 2 or 3 or 4 in a row.
Posada gets plunked, and he will take first.
See, obviously not happy about it. It looked like maybe a slider. Yanks it down and in. It was 90 miles an hour. He gets him on that guard that he has on that right ankle. Sure, not a pleasant feeling for Jorge Posada. No, it actually maybe looked like a changeup with that grip. 90 miles an hour. It's a hard changeup.
Not sure Jorge realizes it yet. That was an off-speed pitch.
All right, now who threw the hardest fastball it hit with movement and speed?
I thought when Pedro Martinez was younger, throwing 97 miles an hour, he sunk it and cut it, threw it both ways to left-handed hitter, and it was really hard for me to get the barrel of the bat on the ball with him.
You agree, John?
You know what, not to say I hit well against Pedro, but I saw the ball well out of his hand. Kevin Brown, when he was with Texas, was as nasty as any right-hander I can remember. 96 with nasty movement.
Did you know that John Flaherty broke up a no-hitter by Pedro Martinez in the 9th inning?
Yeah, I knew that. I remember that.
Of course Tino knew that. Had 2 big hits in my career. That was one of them.
Swing and a miss.
That was a good call on Kevin Brown as well. I didn't have very much success against him either.
Plus he had the motion and he was all over the place and
turns his back on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 0-2. Another 100-mile-an-hour fastball fouled away.
I had one of those at bats my rookie year against Kevin Brown in Texas where I said, you know what, I'm not ready for this level. If they're all like this, I have no chance. He was that good.
You really thought that?
I did.
That entered your mind? Yeah.
3 pitches on the outside corner, backdoor sinkers, and I could hit a fastball. I couldn't hit a breaking ball. I had no chance with Kevin Brown that night. Thank goodness I could catch and throw, and they weren't all like that.
If they were all like that, John, I'd be in trouble too. Same boat.
They were all like that to me. The 1-2. 2-2.
And this guy's throwing so hard. He's tough to hit, but he's also tough to catch. Suzuki kind of all over the place back there. 99, 100 miles an hour, and you don't know where it's going. Not the most pleasant feeling behind the plate.
The 2-2. Driven deep to left field. There it goes. See ya. A 3-run home run by Marcus Thames. He can turn a fastball around. 11-4 Yankees.
What a run that Marcus Thames is on. I would smile too, because there are good times with all these home runs that he is hitting on the recent road trip. Continues here at home. A fastball down and in. Rodriguez going to supply all the power that Marcus Timms needs. This ends up in the second deck of left field.
Timms, with his 10th home run, has now homered in 5 straight starts. And he's also had a couple of homers against right-handed pitchers. He's always been an exclusive left-handed power guy. You start him against the southpaw. But he turned around a 97-mile-an-hour fastball by Henry Rodriguez.
Short stride, short compact swing. Drop the head on the barrel. Drop the barrel of the ball. Like you said, Hernandez supplied all the power.
When the players get that look, you know that he's doing something special. He's in that kind of groove they all want to be in. Five runs in, still nobody out, and nobody up in the bullpen. Yeah, he can't believe it either. Last 6 games, 6 homers and 11 ribbies. He's got 10 homers this year, 6 against righties and 4 against lefties. He's been a nice pickup, a good signing during the offseason. And he was signed as a non-roster player, had to come into spring training and make the team. And he's done a good job.
Specifically to face left-handed pitchers and come off the bench.
Now I have a question for you guys. Lance Berkman's in a rehab assignment today at AA Trenton. Had a single his first time up. He's coming up the DL Wednesday. You keep playing Timms?
You can't sit him down.
Absolutely. When a guy's that hot against righties and lefties, you just got to keep riding him out, let him do his job. And I'm sure Berkman will get his at-bats here and there, but you can't question the productivity of Timms.
And I think also a little reward. Alex Rodriguez goes on the DL, and you're looking for some guys to step up, and Marcus has been one of those guys. Tough to take him out of the lineup as Alex is looking on.
More than making Rodriguez throw a lot of pitches. He continues to throw 100 miles an hour.
And I talked to Alex before the game as well, and he said he's feeling pretty good. Today he was hit off the tee and do some soft toss for the first time, and said he felt pretty fresh and is looking forward to coming off the deal, I believe, on Sunday.
Rodriguez wins the battle against Granderson. Kuzmanov makes the play. 1 away. This is Saturday in Chicago, and look how high this pitch was, guys. And this is tonight's home run. So there's no one specific piece of real estate that's the only place that he can go and hit a home run. So he's been all over the place in a good way. Here's Pena.
And he's hitting everything. The home run yesterday off Floyd was a hanging slider on the outer half. This one here, 99, 100-mile-an-hour fastball, middle in.
Pena 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the 4th inning. count 1-2. 5 runs in this inning have pretty much broken this game open. It was 6-4. Now it's 11-4 Yanks. Strike 3, Pena down looking. Tonight after the postgame, manager Joe Girardi previews this 10-game homestand on WB Mason Presents The Joe Girardi Show. Then Sunday at 5 on an all-new edition, get the skipper's thoughts on this hotly contested pennant race. That's tonight and Sunday only on Yes. That's going to bring up Brett Gardner. He's walked twice and then also grounded to short. Jerry Blevins warms up. And the 3-0. There's a strike. Took something off, 96 miles an hour.
Talking about how tough it was to hit a 98 or 99 mile an hour fastball, and it just goes to show if it's a straight fastball, you have to locate, and he's throwing pitches right down the middle of the plate, and the Yankees are capitalizing, putting good swings on it.
Here's the payoff. Stat we had in Chicago is that Gardner goes to a full count on 22% of his at-bats. And he's in a full count again. And the pitch. Tino dropped his daughter off at Fordham yesterday. She's a junior right now. This is a 23-minute half inning at this point. And the payoff. Swing and a miss. Got him 99 miles an hour. But the Yankees get 5 runs on 4 hits. The 2 big hits. Nick Swisher goes the other way. He drives in a run. And then Marcus Tim says, oh yeah, here's another home run. Turns around a fastball. Beats up on the captain.
What would you do for a Klondike Neapolitan bar? That's right. We said Neapolitan.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the Accu-Check Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm, No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free AccuCheck Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
I was deciding what to do with my city thank you points when it happened again. First it was the mailbox, then my squirrel, and now this. So I used my points to make a donation to get the park down the street built. Yeah! When it finally opened, I also used my points for car repair.
Use your City thank you points for almost anything, even local charities. What's your story? City can help you write it.
Time for another look at tonight's Toyota text poll. Once again, the question, did Ivan Nova show enough to stay in the rotation? You've been texting us at 58772. Here's how you voted. 96% say yes, he did. I'd like to talk to the 4%. There's a breaking ball from Vasquez to Ellis. It's outside 1-0. So the Yankees are leading 11-4. An update on a story that we've been following, and Roger Clemens was on Capitol Hill today, and he was arraigned on charges of perjury, lying to Congress. And Roger entered his plea today, and he said that he spoke 4 words. He said, "Not guilty, Your Honor," and the trial probably is not going to go on till next fall. Jury selection is going to be sometime in April. So we'll see how that plays out.
So does that mean between now and next fall, can he change his mind if he decides he wants to come out and admit he used performance-enhancing drugs?
Popped up. Pena is there. You know what, Tino? That's a great question. I guess that's always available to if you want to change your mind. But, you know, he's gone along with not guilty so far. It would be kind of a little strange if all of a sudden he said, by the way, I'm guilty.
I mean, would he be penalized because he just told the judge today not guilty? So is he just locked in now for the rest of the time?
You know what? It's a great question. I'm not sure.
Roger Clemens, knowing him and the competitor that he is, he's not going to back down. He believes he's innocent. He's going to fight it.
We had a legal analyst on my radio show today, Lester Munson of ESPN. He said conservatively, he said it's an 80% chance he'll be found guilty. He said, but there is that 20% chance, and the competitor that Roger is, he's gonna fight it.
Well, you got to believe the government feels good about their case, but you know, Roger keeps saying that he's not guilty. Maybe Rusty Hardin, is that his lawyer?
Yep.
Wonder what they have to their knowledge that they can use.
Larish is 2 for 2, a single and a double, a single and a home run. Trying to make it 2 home runs in the count 2-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 outs.
2 good back-to-back fastballs there by Vasquez. One in the lower half of the zone, just a little bit up in the zone. Nice job just attacking the hitters here with a big lead. Try to get the Yankees back in the dugout and keep them fresh.
There's Rajai Davis. Missed outside.
Watching Javi pitch, I mean, obviously demoted to the bullpen, not real happy about that, but you know, looks like it's a little purpose out there in this relief appearance. Big lead. You mentioned it, Tino. Fastball is better, a little bit more aggressive with it. Maybe pitching for another opportunity for a start.
You saw that final score. Tampa Bay beat Toronto 6-2, so the Yankees have to win to keep pace and remain tied for first place in the East. Red Sox are idle tonight. Ground ball to Jeter. Hot shot. It stayed down. He stayed down with it in a 1-2-3 inning for Javi Vasquez. He retires the A's in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 11-4 Yankees.
This is the jungle, disguised as a wedding, but a jungle nonetheless. And here there are two types of tigers. One that goes straight to the prey. And the one who makes the prey surrender to him.
Range?
175 meters.
Targets?
1. Can you do it?
You've got a long list of enemies, Jack.
Doesn't add up. Someone tracked me down.
The American. Rated R. Everywhere Wednesday.
South of Laredo, there's a place. Gotta cross an ocean of scorpion-covered earth. So hot, rattlesnakes combust spontaneously. We're drawn like moths to a flaming jalapeno. But you gotta eat bold. Know what I'm saying?
Subway's turned up the heat. Introducing Subway Fiery Footlong Subs. The hot new turkey jalapeno melt and boldacious buffalo chicken. Eat bold.
Subway Fiery Footlong Subs. Burn the wimp right out of you.
The News Watch never stops.
The Cross Bronx is backed up all the way
You
to
can see the dramatic video at 1010wins.com.
This is 1010 Wins.
John Montone, 1010 Wins.
I'm Lee Harris.
I'm Judy DeAngelis.
All news, all the time.
Great win for the Yankees last night.
Exclusive AccuWeather forecast.
President Obama heads to the Hill
You
tonight.
give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Come see the New Era Pinstripe Bowl on December 30th as the Big East battles the Big 12 at Yankee Stadium. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Two powerhouse teams from conferences that have produced national champions, Heisman Trophy winners, and All-Americans. Tickets are on sale now. You can buy early and save at pinstripebowl.com, Ticketmaster.com, and all Ticketmaster outlets. College football actually begins this weekend. And then we'll have the Pinstripe Bowl here at the stadium in late December. 11-4, Yankees lead the A's. And Jerry Blevins is going to come on in relief, and he will face Derek Jeter. Pitch is low. Can I come to your wedding? I don't think so. Let's see who it is. Yeah. Yeah, they got a shot. They seem like nice people. Count 2-1. Found out earlier today, John, that Tino Martinez loves going to weddings. He says it's one of his favorite things.
Really?
He can't wait for the wedding. He loves going to weddings.
I said I'm looking forward to going to your wedding.
But you like weddings. You enjoy weddings, right?
I don't mind them. I don't mind. There's a lot of happiness involved and a good party afterwards usually.
Have you figured out the list of people who are getting invitations and where it is cut off? Have you gotten to that point yet?
It's being whittled down. High fly ball, right field. And Matt Carson is there. He'll make the play. That's not an easy thing to do, John.
Well, I mean, for somebody who's as popular as you are, you got to find that cutoff.
I think I found it.
Give me a round number on the guest list.
I'd say 300.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I thought a minimum of 500.
No, there's going to be a lot of hurt feelings. Here's Teixeira.
It's one of those weddings where people are outside waiting for him to come out and take pictures and see ya signs and all that junk.
Well, I'll be saying see ya for sure. Here's the 1-0. Hey, Mark Teixeira is just a triple away from the cycle, a single, a double, and a home run.
See, he's got one of those protectors on his right thumb. Was it a bone bruise he had? Missed yesterday's ball game. Obviously not a problem from the left side. We'll see what it looks like from the right side.
Now, I told you Teixeira needs a triple, and he's only had 16 of them in his career. Fouled straight back here. This is how Mark said he hurt himself. Jammed his right thumb there on the dive on the ball by Mark Teahan. Sat out yesterday, but back in the lineup today and looks great. Here's a 2-2. Foul back.
It always amazes me, the guy that hits for triples when they need, hits for a cycle, they need a triple for the last at bat, how they get it. You know, that's just amazes me. I mean, you need a triple this last at bat to hit for the cycle, and sure enough, guys will hit one out there in the gap somewhere. Guy falls down off the wall and winds up with the triple.
Teixeira's last triple came in Seattle, September 19th of last year. Big ballpark. You need a big ballpark usually to hit a triple. Well, you got to walk. So a perfect night continues for Mark. No, he gave the Tampa score that they beat Toronto. And my question is, Tino, is that area into that team? I mean, that's a pretty good team.
It's a very good team. They play good baseball, exciting baseball. They have a lot of different ways to score runs. They don't rely on the home runs. They steal bases, they bunt, they hit and run, they safety squeeze. They do so many different things. Fans haven't been going lately. They had a good crowds this past weekend for the Red Sox, this past few games, and but a lot of people watch on TV. You go to a sports bar in Tampa or anywhere you go, the games are on. There's big crowds in the bars watching. They're just not finding the way out to the Tropicana Field.
It is weird. They have some of the highest TV ratings in baseball locally, but they don't draw many people to the ballpark.
But I think now come September, the Yankees coming to town, some of the contenders coming to town, it's going to be a different story. I got to believe there's going to be some huge crowds coming out to support that team.
The 0-1. 0-2.
Is there any news? I mean, I'm out of the loop down there on a new stadium.
Not yet. No, there's not. They haven't confirmed it or agreed to it. It's still a long process, and I think first of all they're trying to figure out a location. Whether or not they can move it out of St. Pete into the Tampa Bay area across the bridge is the main concern before they move forward, I believe.
The 0-2. 1-2. They're not holding Teixeira on with the Yankees up by 7, and that one's fouled back. Were you sad, Tino, to hear about Lou Piniella retiring?
Not so much. You know, I thought it was time. You know, he put so much time and effort into the game, and we all know how much energy he put in it, and losing drove him crazy. You know, so to get back home and you know, take care of his mom who's not doing very well, and spend more time with his daughters and his grandkids, I think he's really looking forward to that.
The 1-2 popped up. Pennington calls off Kuzmanov for the second out. Hey, traveling this season, take the Yankees with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Yankees game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Yankees.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Now here's Nick Swisher turning around to the right side. He has 2 doubles and 3 runs batted in today. Average creeping closer to 300 again. He had been a little bit of a slide, but he had a good road trip, 7 for 21. And seems to enjoy inflicting some damage on Ozzie Guillen. The two of them kind of like oil and water when Nick was with the White Sox. And a strike.
Going back to Lou Piniella, you see him on TV, you see how frustrated he is watching games, and you just feel bad for those kind of guys that just love to win and want to win and do everything they can to win, and the team struggles and they're just just not happy. It's time to go home and start the next chapter of your life and do some fishing and just really relax.
Can he relax though? Can Lou relax?
I think if you see him in the offseason, which I have over the years, and you see him around November, December, he is very relaxed. He's been fishing. He spends a lot of time with his family, golfing. He loves being home in Tampa, and he looks fresh and ready to go when the season starts. Then you see him in July, and he's like a totally different person, just kind of burned out.
Well, had a great career. Won World Series with the Reds. Another base hit for Nick Swisher. He has 3 hits on the night as Teixeira advances to second.
All 3 of his hits going the other way. 2 doubles hitting left-handed. Moves over to the right side of the plate. Takes a fastball out over, slaps it the other way.
Well, here is Posada. I don't think that Lou would ever want to hear this, but I think he got a lot of that angst learning at the foot of Billy Martin, because that's how Billy was. Billy would come to spring training and go, wow, he looks great. And then 4 or 5 months in the season, it's just like a different guy. It wore on him. It just tore away every single loss. And I think, that's what Lou learned from him. That's how Lou was as a manager.
I agree, but he was convinced he can turn any organization around, and he can win with whatever kind of players you gave him. So I think that's what frustrated him so much, because I know when I was in Seattle and he came over to manage us, he turned that organization around. The Seattle Mariners didn't have any kind of respectability at all. And when he got there and built our organization, that organization there, into a winner, he took great satisfaction out of that and felt after that he can probably do it in Tampa and Chicago as well. And it's just tough. Sometimes we don't have the players. But I know I learned so much from him. I was at the point in my career when it was my 2nd or 3rd year in the big leagues, and I was trying to still really make a name for myself. And he came in and taught me, how to go about how to approach hitting, lefties, righties. He had confidence in me to throw me in there every single day, and he was a big influence on my career.
2-2. And he's also one who kind of expedited the trade to the Yankees, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He asked me that offseason when the Mariners were trying to trade me. There was a couple of teams interested, the San Diego Padres, maybe the Cubs, and the Yankees, and he asked me where I wanted to go. And I said, well, I would love to go to New York. I'd love to play for the Yankees.
Werner goes, and Posada swings and misses. And as they say, the rest is history, because that's where he ended up and won 4 championships. Yankees strand 2, we go to the 7th, 11-4 Bombers.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Yankees fans become part of the winning team by joining the New York Yankees Fan Club. For just $40, you'll receive an official membership card, a World Championship nylon banner, a World Championship coin, a New York Yankees cap, special ticket discounts, and other exclusive fan club items. To join, call 1-800-GO-YANKS or log on to Yankees.com today.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Lease the 2010 ES350 for $379 a month for 36 months with $40.78 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
J&R, New York's largest and top-rated technology superstore for cameras, computers, audio products, movies, music, housewares, TVs, video games, and more, is now proud to be the official consumer electronics retailer of the New York Yankees.
If you were a candy man, then I'd tell you so soft. You're so sweet.
Sweet Million is sweeter than sweet, which is sweet. Sweet Million from the New York Lottery. Your best chance to win $1 million for $1.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 RX 350 for $449 a month for 36 months with $41.48 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
In one day.
Get ready to face off.
All systems go.
This.
Are you serious?
You're out. Week.
We expect the win.
In
That crowd was getting restless.
football.
Do they have what it takes?
And they did start to get their mojo back. They have weapons all over the place.
Catch the season premiere tomorrow at 11, only on Yes.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by J&R Music and Computer World and by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees. We go to the 7th inning here at the stadium, and the Yankees are leading this one 11-4, beginning of the longest homestand of the year, beginning of a 4-game road trip, and the Verizon Wireless scoreboard 11-12-0. Yankees 4-5-0 for the A's. Cliff Pennington will lead off against Javier Vasquez, who came on in relief of Dustin Mosley in the 5th. And there's a strike. So it looks now as if Manny Ramirez is going to end up with the Chicago White Sox. White Sox not having to give up any players, just accepting the salary that remains, which is close to $4 million, just rounding off. Dodgers put him on waivers, and the waiver claim was granted to the White Sox, and he ends up in Chicago, probably going to be there tomorrow. There's a ground ball to first, and there's one away. And obviously with Manny, you know you're getting one of the best right-handed hitters in baseball. 18 big league seasons, 12-time All-Star, won 2 championships with the Red Sox, World Series MVP in 04. And how about this? He's joining the White Sox in Cleveland tomorrow. That's where he began his career. But it's sad that as great as Manny is, his endings aren't very good. He left Cleveland as a free agent. He left Boston. A lot of people questioned whether he was really hurt. Had a lot of incidents off the field. And then his last at bat as a Dodger, he got thrown out after the first pitch of an at bat. So it ends ugly with Manny. And we'll see what he does with the White Sox.
Yeah, you wonder if he can help that ball club. I mean, if his mind is right and he wants to go out there and do it, obviously they're 4.5 games back in the Central, the White Sox are. I mean, he can make a huge difference if he wants to be there and wants to be productive. And I guess the bottom line, does he want a contract for next year? The big month of September would help.
Yeah, but he showed that a few years ago with the Dodgers when he did get traded to the Dodgers in the last month of the season or so, and he just went off. He got really hot, took him into the postseason.
Matt Carson swings him as he hit 396 that year with the Dodgers.
Just about got him to the World Series. And you're right, Flash, if he wants to do it and he puts his mind to it, he can put up some big numbers and make a difference in Chicago. But of all the bad innings, that had to be one of the worst. You know, to get asked to be pinch hit for a player, and after the first pitch called strike, you argue with the umpire and he tosses you.
Here's Derek Barton. I remember at the end with the Red Sox, they sent him up the pinch hit against Mariano Rivera, and he took 3 straight pitches without moving the bat off his shoulder, right down the middle, fastballs. And, you know, Manny's got to want to be motivated. And if you think about a volatile mixture, Manny and Ozzie, that could be fun to watch. Ozzie was asked over the weekend about the Manny Ramirez rumors, and he said, I really don't care. Which is kind of a strange response. White Sox are winning tonight over Cleveland. In 53 games that year with the Dodgers in 08, 396, 17 homers, and 53 ribbies in 53 games. 489 on base percentage. Pretty good. And at that time, he was motivated, playing for a contract. If you're going to get him, this is the perfect time for the White Sox to get him. The 2-2. Driven to right field, but foul. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Barton 1 for 2 with a walk. And the pitch. Outside, 3-2.
John, did you ever have to be motivated to put on a major league uniform?
The thought of getting sent to the minor leagues or release was motivation enough.
Just to put on a big league uniform is enough to want to go out there and perform, and not just help the team you're with win, but just for yourself as well.
And Derek Barton walks.
You're one of a handful of the guys in this world that can be a big league player, and you have to take pride in that, and I don't quite understand the motivation part of it.
That's why Manny has always been such an enigma. Such unbelievable talent. But there's always that phrase, well, that's Manny being Manny. A lot of managers have to swallow their pride and deal with Manny being Manny. And then the Dodgers certainly didn't help matters this weekend. Dodgers were playing a series with, they had to win. I mean, the Dodgers are on the fringes of dropping out of it. They're very close to dropping out of it. And Joe Torre had to come out and say he didn't play Ramirez because of the expansive left field in Colorado. But in all likelihood, the organization probably didn't want him to get hurt and didn't want him played until they completed the deal. Count 0-2. Vasquez, another decent performance in relief, and you wonder if he is pitching his way back into the rotation. He's eligible to have the win in this game. The 0-2. Strike 3. And Suzuki down looking. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Javi Vasquez. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left at the end of 6.5. Time for the 7th inning stretch here at the stadium. The Yankees are leading the A's 11-4, but we stay right where we are to honor America in the Bronx.
And offer a moment of silent prayer as we remember the servicemen and women who are serving our country at home and around the world. Thank you. Now Kate Smith's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home.
What is performance? 0 to 60 or 60 to 0? Is performance about the joy of driving or the importance of surviving? To us, performance is not about doing one thing well. It is about doing everything well. Because in the end, everything matters. The best or nothing, that is what drives us. See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for exceptional offers on the C-Class.
What would you do for a Klondike ice cream sandwich? That's right. We said sandwich.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Now
Now, current competitive lessees can get a 2010 Fusion for $149 a month. Just $149.
Gift to your Tri-State Ford dealer.
Nancy Newman in our Yes Studios with your Tri-State Ford update. As the guys talked about, it's a final in the Trop. Let's take you through it. Top 8, Jay's threaten, Jose Bautista, no go. Chad Quall strikes him out. That's the end of the threat, and the Rays take it 6-2. Wade Davis gets the win, the big blow. A 3-run home run by Carlos Pena with Crawford and Longoria aboard in the third. So the Rays are 81-50. A win for the Yankees would keep pace atop the AL East. More in the postgame. Michael, John, Tino.
Thank you, Nancy, and we will see you on the postgame along with Kimberly Jones. And if you missed any of this game, 11-4 Yankees. Yankees have pounded out 12 hits. Marcus Timms, a long 3-run home run. Mark Teixeira, Robinson Cano, and Nick Swisher, 9 for 11, 7 ribbies. And they really tattooed Trevor Cahill, who's had a great season, 4 innings, 9 hits, and 8 runs. And Marcus Timms will lead off the bottom of the 7th inning, and Blevins starts him off low. Verizon Wireless scoreboard, 11-4 Yankees. Now, how about this? Nancy just gave us the details on the Rays win. We were talking about attendance there. Well, let's put it this way. They probably had a huge television rating today. Their attendance for the Blue Jays, who are a good team, over 500, 11,968, and that's the 3rd smallest crowd of the season. So not exactly gripped by pennant fever, as that is grounded to short, and Timms is out for the first out.
It's got to be demoralizing for the players. I mean, I played there 5 years, and we were a terrible team, so you didn't expect people to come out. But when you're tied for first place, and like you said, a very good and entertaining Blue Jay team, a lot of power, it's a disappointing number.
That's unbelievable. Pitch to Granderson is outside.
Well, if anything, it gives the owner of the team, Stuart Sternberg, fighting chance to say, hey, it's just not working here. It's not working in St. Petersburg. And you have to give him the opportunity to move it over to Tampa or somewhere else in Florida that will draw some fans. Because they've done everything they can, putting a winner on the field. Great ball club, good group of guys, good manager.
And Granderson down on strikes for the 2nd out. A lot of defensive changes for the A's. We're trying to keep up with them. We'll get them to you as soon as we can. We know there's a new catcher, Alonzo Powell. Matt Carson is the new left fielder. Larish, the left fielder, moves to first base, so Barton's out. Gabe Gross is in right field. And there's a strike. And Steve Tollison takes over at second. So a lot of changes by Bob Guerin. Almost feel like we're at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa with all the changes. Scattered some bodies in that Yankee dugout, or that A's dugout. And the changes that we gave you for the A's are all straight up within the batting order. Yankees are leading 11-4 in the bottom of the 7th. And the count 2-2. Popped up. Shallow right. And coming on as Gross, he makes the play for the final out. of a 1-2-3 inning as the Yankees are retired in order. And we go to the 8th, 11-4.
We've been thrilled with the thousands of picks you've sent us, but there was one from Bryce in Minnesota.
This can't happen. Bryce, I promise you, I will fix this.
We're extending our $5.99 pizza deal, so keep sending your shots.
We're still listening. We're going to learn. We're going to get better.
Movie? Call, pack, kick back. That's all it takes to move your DirecTV. One call before moving, pack your receiver, and we do the rest. Just call, pack, kick back, and get 5 months of our best TV package for free, including all our premium movie channels, and ask about our exclusive NFL Sunday ticket offer. So make your move easy. Call DirecTV.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the Accu-Check Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free Accu-Check Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Well, tomorrow night at 11, football finally returns to Yes with the season premiere of This Week in Football presented by Geico. The gang looks ahead to the Jets and the Giants' first regular season games, including an interview with Jets head coach Rex Ryan. This Week in Football premieres tomorrow night at 11. It's only on Yes. (11-4) Yankees lead. New shortstop Eduardo Nunez as Derek Jeter gets the rest of the night off. And Vasquez deals inside. One thing that the Yankees have done when they're getting short starting performances of late, they're getting long relief performances, and they're not really affecting the bullpen for the long haul. Ground ball up the middle and a base hit for Cust. Saw it with Vasquez. You saw it with Mitre last week, and now Vasquez again tonight.
You see the pitch count now 44 for Javi Vasquez, and this is the perfect situation. You can get that pitch count back up again. Joe Girardi, Dave Eiland, the pitching coach have to be happy with what they're seeing. Give the bullpen a night off if you can, if you're Javi Vasquez.
Here's Kuzmanov. Now, I got a shot there of Jabba. We opened up the broadcast, or segment 2, talking about how Jabba and Wood pitched yesterday, and they both pitched very well. John, how do you explain Jabba pitching with more velocity than he had at any time since 2007 when he burst upon the scene? He threw 100 miles an hour yesterday. How do you explain that?
Well, it's tough to explain where it just shows up out of nowhere. But, you know, Dave Eiland, the pitching coach, had told me that when he got demoted, or it wasn't an official demotion, but David Robertson taking that 8th inning role, he said, I'm going to have some opportunities to work with Jabba on some mechanics in the bullpen in between appearances. And you know what? Ever since then, his stuff has gotten better. The slider he's throwing for a strike. Now, would that maybe that yesterday is one of those days where he did, I feel good today, you know, and I'm letting it go. Warm day in Chicago. But I think those days are over. I mean, if Jabba throwing 100, I mean, you'll take him in the mid-90s as long as he throws that slider for a strike.
That's the key, throwing the slider for a strike, because if he pitches at 95, 96, it's still as good as 100, as long as that slider's, you know, in the zone where it makes guys chase it. But earlier in the season, I believe he was throwing it so far out of the zone that guys weren't even offering at it and were just sitting on his fastball.
Now, in fairness, Jabba threw 99 on Saturday, so it was 2 days in a row of really throwing hard. Yesterday, he did touch 100, but he was consistently at 98, 99 on Saturday. That was a night game. And then a day game after a night game, he was at 98, 99, and 100. So maybe he's found something. Maybe it is all in the delivery. Maybe he's more compact, pitching downhill. Who knows? But he hasn't thrown that hard in 3 years. A 1-2. Scooped up there by Posada.
And you know what, if you take it a step further, what I like from what Jabba has done, I mean, that was a little wake-up call. You know, I lost my job in the 8th inning. Now I'm going to have to go back out there and earn it. And his stuff has gotten better. The results are better. So good for him stepping up to that challenge. And I like the same thing with Javi Vasquez. The 2 times out of the bullpen, he's thrown the ball better. You know, there's 2 ways you can go about it. You can sulk and have a couple of more bad outings.
There's a ground ball to second. Cano takes the out at first. Moving to third is Cust.
Or you can take the challenge on like Javi has and Jabba and start performing better.
I think in a situation like this where Javi's out there with a 7-run lead, he's throwing a lot of fastballs. He's attacking the hitters. He's making them hit it. And I think he's showing himself, hey, I can just throw fastballs here and there, and they're going to get themselves out. I don't have to be perfect with my changeup on the outer half or nibble here and there. You know, he's just been attacking guys the last 3 innings. Granted, he has the big lead, but still, I think you have to use your fastball more often and not be afraid to throw it over for strikes, because guys do get themselves out.
There's Steve Tolleson, his first at bat. Remember, he took over at second last half inning. Just got a text message all the way from Cincinnati from Paul O'Neill, and the only thing he wrote was Grantino exclamation point. So he's happy to hear you on the air, Tino. Swing and a miss. Count 0-2. We got O'Neill on the road, John. He's going to be in Texas.
Can you believe that? That's breaking and shocking news.
It is shocking news. Let's see him show up first, but he is on the schedule. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. There's that slow breaking pitch. Tolleson down on strikes. Hey, tonight throughout the Yankee season on Yes, as you see Javi get him on the curveball, we're asking you to vote along with us for the Chevy prior to the game. Text your vote to 58772, or you can vote online at yesnetwork.com. Tonight's candidates are number 1, Robinson Cano, number 2, Nick Swisher, number 3, Marcus Thames, and number 4, Mark Teixeira. You can vote now, make your voice heard. Standard text messaging rates apply. High fly ball down the right field line and hooks into the seats. Larish, RBI, 2 RBIs in the first on a single, and then a long home run into the bleachers and right, a solo shot in the 4th. He struck out in the 6th. That one is driven out to left center field. Giving chase is Gardner. He can't get there. It's going to bounce into the A's bullpen. So Cust scores. It's an RBI double for Larish. Big night for him. 4 ribbies. And the Yankees now lead 11-5.
A little bit of frustration there for Javi Vasquez, but Larish, he's an interesting guy because of his stance. He's got kind of the trophy stance, straight up and down, then the leg kick, the abbreviated finish with the swing. But having a good night tonight, a deep home run, and now an opposite field double and an RBI. Getting a chance to play, picked up from the Detroit Tigers on waivers, I believe, and getting an opportunity, taking advantage of it.
There's Rajay Davis, and big cut and a foul ball. And the 0-1. Hammered foul. Crowd of 46,356 here on a Monday night. Many left early because of the Yankees' outburst in the 5th inning. But that is paid attendance, 46,356. Tries to pull an outside pitch and grounds it to Nunez. Great arm, and he just got Davis for the final out of the 8th. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We're going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Yankees are leading this one 11-5.
Fastest mobile broadband network, AT&T. Rethink possible.
This is the jungle, disguised as a wedding, but a jungle nonetheless. And here there are 2 types of tigers. One that goes straight to the prey, and the one who makes the prey surrender to him.
It's the end of the model year, and Nissan's laying it all on the line with bottom line offers on quality, safety, and value. Nissan's bottom line sales event. Get to a Nissan dealer now for a $199 per month lease on Altima or Rogue, plus $500 bonus cash. Hurry, this event ends soon. And that's the bottom line.
In today's tough economy, every dollar counts. That's why the Yankees buy office supplies from WB Mason for amazingly low prices on office supplies, furniture, cleaning supplies, kitchen snacks, and Green Mountain coffee. Who but WB Mason?
That's right, Tino.
Tomorrow on Yes, the Yankees play Game 2 against the A's right here in the Bronx. Coverage will start at 6 with batting practice today presented by Audi, followed by the Tri-State Ford pregame. Then John, Tino, and I are back with the call. A's Yankees tomorrow starting at 6. It's only on Yes. John, you got your big highlight video on the... Oh,
there's
look
yours.
At this. You guys get the highlight videos, and I get the run for mayor. Wow, good stuff. Creative people.
This is incredible. There were Michael K fans in Toronto. Got through customs.
I'm still not getting invited to the wedding, though.
Here's Gardner, and there's a strike from the new pitcher, Brad Ziegler. (11-5) Yankees lead. (1-1). Slap the other way and a base hit for Gardner. His first base hit of the night. 3rd time he's on base, though, with 2 walks. Let's take a look at the numbers on Brad Ziegler. 3 and 4, 3.28, less than a hit per inning, and 32 strikeouts, 22 walks, and 49 in the 3rd. And here's Eduardo Nunez. His first at bat. Jeter was 0 for 4 tonight as his struggles continue offensively, but he made a really nice play in the field to save a run. There's a ground ball to short. There's 1. And there's 2. So a 6-4-3 double play out the bat of Eduardo Nunez. And there are 2 away.
Ziegler can do that to you if you're a right-handed batter running that sinker in on your hands. Taylor made 6-4-3 double play.
Austin Kearns will pinch hit for Mark Teixeira. Tough to face a righty like this, John?
Tough to face any righty, but especially a guy like this who's throwing down underneath with movement in on your hands. Good sweeping slider. Tino's probably built right in for you. That breaking ball coming in.
Yeah, the right-handed side armor against left-handed hitter. It's someone you like to face because he just brings the ball right into your zone. And if it happens to run back over the plate on an inside pitch, it's right down the middle, so there's really nothing to fear. However, the left-handed sidearm pitcher, that's submarine. That's way down below sidearm.
You know what actually took maybe a pitch or two to figure out, though, Michael, was where the release point was. I mean, you're so trained to look up by the ear or the hat for the ball to come out. You actually have to set your sights a little lower. Wade Boggs told me, you know, look at his belt right off of the side of his belt buckle. He'd be able to pick up the release point a little bit lower. It helped a little bit.
That's probably a pretty nice resource to have on a team. Wade Boggs, one of the greatest hitters who ever lived.
You know, and Wade was my hitting instructor in Tampa Bay for a little bit, and you'd see down under, the ball almost slides out of his hand, a little strange. When Wade was a player and he would talk to you about hitting, he would talk way over your head.
Right.
When he became a hitting instructor, he brought it down to the mortal's language on how he can explain it.
Swing and a miss as Austin Kearns, pinch hitting for Teixeira, goes down on strikes. No runs a hit, and because of the double play, nobody left. We go to the top, not the underhand part of the ninth inning. Yankees are up.
You can always find a positive opportunity when you know where to turn. With Amway Global, there's opportunity to pursue another path, where products created for healthier living and the ability to own your own business can help you take steps toward economic freedom. That's the power of positive. That's Amway Global.
I got those Wendy's spicy chicken nuggets. Are they too spicy for you? Well, what is it?
They're only 99 cents.
Try Wendy's 99-cent spicy chicken nuggets.
All white meat seasoned with peppers and savory spices.
Yeah, but the real kick, you get 5 pieces for only 99 cents.
Only at Wendy's.
You know when it's real.
Treat yourself to a cool, creamy Frosty today. Also just 99 cents.
Yep.
What if every ATM was free? No more $2, $3 fees. No more paying to access your own money. It'd be like every ATM in the world was your ATM. The Schwab Bank High Yield Investor Checking Account. 0 ATM fees, a great interest rate, no minimums. And it's FDIC insured. The Schwab Bank High Yield Investor Checking Account. The biggest thing in checking since checks. Open an account at 1-800-4-SCHWAB or schwab.com.
This just into the WCBS
Mayor
newsroom.
Bloomberg is not.
When you need the latest news.
More than 500,000 jobs.
When you need traffic and weather together.
We have delays at least an hour.
When you need to know, we've got you covered. WCBS 880 and WCBS880.com. We are News Radio.
As we go to the top of the ninth, time for the Land Rover drive of the game. Why get a car when you can own a Land Rover?
Well, Marcus Timms has been a red-hot batter for the New York Yankees in the bottom of the 5th. Hit his 10th home run of the year, and that is your Land Rover drive of the game.
They're going to let Javi Vasquez finish this out, and he deals a strike to Cliff Pennington. Vasquez came in with 1 out in the 5th inning. And has allowed just 1 run. Now the starter, Dustin Mosley, he did not go the full 5. You have to go 5 as a starter to get credit for the win. So Vasquez would pick up the victory if the Yankees hold on. They lead 11-5. Foul back. Grounded to second base. Cano is there, and there's 1 out. Coming up after the final out, Nancy Newman and Kimberly Jones recap their first game against the A's on the WB Mason postgame show. Plus, we'll take a look at the playoff race with highlights from around the league. It's all coming up on the WB Mason postgame. It's only on Yes. There's Matt Carson. And the pitch. There's a strike. If the Yankees hang on, Javi Vasquez will have 2 wins and 3 relief appearances this year. Swing and a miss. Count 0-2. Does he look any different to you, John?
His arm angle looks a lot better. It looks a little bit higher. And it looks like that front side maybe staying in a little bit more. Whatever it is, the results are definitely better. I mean, the fastball is returned. Slower breaking ball and a good changeup. You can also see the look in his eyes, just competing right now. A lot to gain. Spot in the rotation keeps this up.
Swing and a miss. 68 miles an hour, and the Yankees are 1 out away from a series opening victory.
Take a look at the curveball for Javi Vasquez. 68 miles an hour.
It's set up by a couple of good fastballs in the outer half, a couple of good hard sliders. Well, a 68-mile-an-hour fastball for that. Anyone should be out front. It's a good job of pitching and great job of locating the ball.
Here's Gabe Gross. Count 1-0. Again, if the Yankees get this final out, Vasquez is going to pick up his 10th win. That means that he would have 11 straight seasons of double-digit victories. The 1-0. Strike to Gross. And the pitch. Off speed. Count 1-2. Now the A's are down to their final strike. The 1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Yankees up 11-5, top of the 9th. The pitch. Swung on and missed. He got him. And Vasquez nails it down and gets the victory, and the Yankees win this one 11-5. In the 9th, the A's go down in order, and you have to stick around for the postgame show to find out who's tonight's Chevy player of the game. And Tino, you watch how he pitches now, and he had the fastball up around 89, 90, so it's not like 93 like it was last year, but he seems to be taking more off of the other pitches.
Yeah, I like what he did tonight. He established his fastball. He was getting ahead early in the count, locating it well, pitching inside and outside with it. Good changeup, good hard slider, and that slow curveball was the pitch that put the hitters away. So I thought he pitched very well. All of his pitches for strikes in the zone, and good outing to save the bullpen there for the team.
Back-to-back home runs in the 3rd inning for Teixeira and Cano. A home run by Marcus Timms, who's been on fire of late. That was a 3-run shot in the 5th inning. And the Yankees are a new high water mark. They are 31 games over 500, and they are tied with the Tampa Bay Rays atop the American League East, and they are tied for the best record in baseball. So 11-5, the Yankees beat the A's, and now let's go down to the field, and Kimberly Jones is with the winning pitcher, Javier Vasquez.
I am, Michael. He still has the ball in his glove. Javi, a big homestand. Joe Girardi called it very important before the game. Start off team-wise, how does it feel to get a win tonight?
It feels great. We did a good job out there. We battled against a good pitcher, and we scored some runs, and we came out with a win.
Let's talk about you. You were up in the 3rd, came in the 5th. Did you have you obviously had an idea pretty early in this game you might get the call. What can you tell us about that?
I told everybody that asked me I'm ready to go whenever they call me, and however I can help the team. And yeah, I mean, I was up in the third, I was up in the fifth, and I knew that I might get in the game if something happened with the starting pitcher. So I try to do my best out there.
What made you so effective tonight, throwing strikes, looking confident, looking comfortable?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, all that. I mean, I was throwing strikes. I got some ground balls today, some strikeouts, and I felt good out there today.
John Flaherty thought that you maybe made an adjustment with your arm angle since we've seen you. Have you been making some mechanical adjustments, Javi?
Yeah, I have. With Dave. Dave gave me a suggestion on my mechanics on bringing my left leg when I was coming up, bringing back a little bit so I can have more momentum going forward. And I've been working on that, and I've been doing that for the last couple of times.
Do you feel like you're pitching your way back into the rotation?
I hope so. I want to be a starter, but whatever I can help the team, however I can help the team, I'm up for it. I just want to win.
Well, I'll tell you what, I could tell you the way your teammates reacted in Jorge, they're very happy for you, and we thank you so much.
Thank you.
Michael, back to you.
Thank you, Kimberly, and thank you, Javi Vasquez. So he picks up the victory. Yankees start off this long homestand with a victory as well. Offense and good pitching, especially relief pitching by Javier Vasquez. We've got an award to give out, then the postgame with Nancy and Kim.
Get up, get moving.
Subway has breakfast.
And it's a slam dunk.
I like my breakfast sandwich with green peppers, onion, banana peppers, and mustard. I like eggs with Black Forest ham on wheat.
With everything.
I like a little kick. That's a good call.
I like mine with egg whites.
And?
A napkin.
Have you built your better breakfast? Now's the time. Try our better for you Western Egg White Muffin Melt or the delicious double bacon, egg, and cheese on toasty flatbread.
Subway, build your better breakfast.
Jeter? The guy's got an edge.
Derek Jeter?
That guy's got an edge.
Oh, definitely an edge.
He's got an edge. Totally.
Porque tiene un edge. Jeter? You know he's got an edge.
He so has an edge.
He's got an edge, baby.
And I got it with this cool panoramic Vista roof.
Now, current competitive lessees can get a 2010 Edge for $199 a month. Just $199.
Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
Only at your Tri-State Ford dealer.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the AccuCheck Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free AccuCheck Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
You get job benefits, company benefits, even card member benefits. But did you know DirecTV comes with benefits too?
I use Score Guide to check the Cardinals score and the Vikings score while I watch my Colts score just by pressing the red button.
I used DVR Scheduler to record that comedy about Vegas while I was in Vegas. Downloaded the free DirecTV app. Done.
You've got the benefits of the best TV. DirecTV.
Yankees beat the A's 11-5, and let's take a look at the play of the game. Brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Well, this play of the game happened in the top of the 5th inning. Kuzmanov hits a ground ball. Derek Jeter, we've seen this before, going to the hole, jump step, strong throw. Your Geico play of the game.
So in a game with a lot of offense, that play did stand out to us, and a great play by the captain. So the Yankees win this one 11-5, 11-13-0 for the Yankees, 5-7-0 for the A's. Javier Vasquez goes to 10-9, his 11th straight year of 10 or more victories. Cahill took the loss. Teixeira, great game. Cano, great game. Swisher, great game. There's the middle of your order, 3-4-5, and that's how you win. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Nancy Newman and Kimberly Jones. Special thanks to senior producer Bill Boland, coordinating director John Moore, Vice President of Operations Ed Delaney, our supervising producer Woody Fryman, and the executive producer of the YES Network is Mr. John J. Filippelli. Join us again tomorrow for Yankees baseball as the Bombers take on the Oakland A's from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. The coverage will begin at 6 p.m. on the YES Network. Once again, our final score, the New York Yankees 11 and the Oakland Athletics 5. We'll be back from the booth with some final thoughts in just a moment. But for now, let's go to Nancy Newman, who is standing by in our YES Network studios. Nancy?
Thank you, Michael. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the WB Mason postgame show. A's starter Trevor Cahill came in hot, 5-1 and a .77 ERA. But the last time he faced the Yankees, they scored 6 runs on